Hey, welcome back to another Jaspers Game Day game. I am Matt Brown, and I am here with a lovely bunch of misfits once more. And we're going to play a little D&D game, a bit more of a cult setting today in the small town of Littlesby Grove. But before that, I just want to go over some giveaway stuff that we've got. We've actually changed some little tiers in there, and you can absolutely see the deck of many things is back for the donations. But you can also go into the draw to win a Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft pack, including both standard and alternate covers today. Well, we're drawing that at the end of the day because we've been taking donations all across the week. Shipped direct from Wizards of the Coast before it's released. Winner announced tonight after the final game. So not this one, but the one after this at, I think it is 7 p.m. That one will finish up. You can also go into the draw. Oh, sorry, it starts at 7, ends at 10. You can also go into the draw to win a year GM subscription to Ardent Roleplay's augmented reality app and a deck of 75 high fantasy themed AR encounter cards, also announced tonight after the final game. And we've also got one more giveaway that we're doing for this game, and that is a D&D Beyond Digital Dice Blacksmith Dice Pack. And any donations from what we're doing today will be automatically put into the draw for this. So after that, let's get to our players. I'm just going to go around in no particular order, and let's start off with Nick. Who are you playing today, and what are they about? Give me a little spice. Give me some flavor on them.
Hey everybody, I'm Nick, and today I will be playing Dr. Jorg Thorogood. I'm the town doctor since I arrived in this little place. Been treating the sick and helping them out, heal their wounds.
Cool. So you're the town doctor in Littlesby Grove, and you had a pretty fantastic life here. Like, have you actually gone out and done any adventuring at all?
No, not that I know of. I've been a doctor my entire life.
Amazing.
Ever since I was a wee dwarf.
Amazing.
Wee
That's
dwarf.
so weird that you're playing a doctor in a D&D fantasy game. But nevertheless, I'll jump over to AJ. How you doing, AJ?
Hi, I'm great. Very
Great to have you as a player. You're normally DMing, right?
Yes.
All right.
So good to be in the player seat for a change.
All right. And who are you playing today in this game?
I am playing Snow. She is a human. She is into alternative medicines, all about those essential oils and the stars. Did you know that the moon isn't rising, and therefore I might be a little bit temperamental today?
So just for my knowledge, how often is Mercury in retrograde for your character? I just want to get a gauge on that, just to know how deep into that rabbit hole we're going.
See, that's a myth. Mercury doesn't really exist in this realm.
Oh.
However, my second moon is descending today, so...
Okay. So while your second moon descends, does that mean you're going to have some issues with our doctor character, Nick? Or is I've just realized we've got a Dr. Nick as well, by the way, so he can do whatever accent he wants, but, chat may have something else to say about that. Anyway, sorry, AJ, what were you saying?
I definitely don't agree with his methods. Let's just say, he goes a little ham with some medicines that I don't think are good for citizens here, so... Yeah.
Amazing. Also, wow, thank you so much, Mini Terrain Domain. I just saw 113 people drop in here with a raid. That's fantastic. Hey, welcome to the stream, guys. And everyone in between. Jordan, what are you playing?
Today I will be Bacardi Seabreezer, the sick that Dr. Hammergood and Miss Snow are attempting to treat. He's a water ganassi, and his sickness has caused his water glands to overact. So essentially his aesthetic is he is 1 6 foot tall runny nose.
1 6 foot tall runny nose. And so are you in the hospital currently then? Are you being treated or something by Nick and by Snow and George?
Yes, it's essentially I've been sick my entire time in this town.
I'm very much sensing a Grey's Anatomy type game here already. I can already see it. Phil, what are you playing? Who are you playing, I should say?
I am playing Greg. Greg is a frog person.
Mm-hmm.
Greg has been living in this town for some time, and he takes upon himself to care for these mammals by voyaging out into the forest and hunting for them, gathering strange plants, herbal remedies, and bringing them back, whatever the people need. As an amphibian among mammals, he feels it's his duty to protect the lesser species.
Okay, fair enough. So, and what was your? Sorry, I think I missed it there. What did you say your profession there as well?
So he's a hunter and gatherer.
Hunter-gatherer. So closest thing to a D&D class we've actually got today by the sound. So we've got doctor, patient, hunter-gatherer, ranger type. All right. And how do you know this group? Have you been asked by someone?
Indeed. The good Dr. Snow has requested me to go out into the forest, bring back some eagle crests, some angel tooth wart, and some stinking tongue, because she believes this may be of some assistance to her runny nose patient.
They all sound very alternative with these medicines that she's asking you to
Indeed.
get.
I don't like to think of myself as a doctor, more of a healer.
Yep. That's all I got for that. That's fantastic. I love this dynamic that I can already see happening. We've already had a wild magic donation straight off the bat, so keep an eye out for that.
Wow.
Looks to be centered on possibly Nick's character, but I'll definitely touch on that one in a second. But just to recap, I'm Matt Brown. I'm from Split the Party, youtube.com/Split the Party. And if you guys all want, I'm happy to get straight into the game at this point.
Yeah, let's
do it.
Cool. So, as you can hear by the sound of the little soundboard we've got going, we are in Littlesby Grove. Littlesby Grove, I'm just going to zoom on the little map here, is a town right near the ocean, but it's not really a harbor town. In the northern region of Ilinyard. It's above the Greenway Woods, and it's fairly isolated. Kind of think you're like rural town with just a bit more of a, let's put it, a import-export issue. They can't get the supplies they need most of the time because there is word of a green dragon in the woods nearby. Sanctuary, being the clearest near River Town, is also very unable to help them on the regular. They're more of an outpost town, like a stopgap for wayward adventurers, so they don't really see a lot of economy from themselves. But I'm going to say that we've got George, we've got Bacardi, and we've got Snow. You three are all going about the hospital. Snow and George, I'm going to get used to these names, I promise. Snow and George, you are treating Bacardi. You're treating Bacardi. He seems to have accumulated a lot of mucus today. And it's a bit much. You might need to... George, your treatments aren't working as much as they normally would, or at least you'd think they would. And you've called upon Snow and her expertise to see what you both can do about it and possibly work together, if you can work together, to cure Bacardi's ailment. I'm not going to ever be able to remember that name in all seriousness. It's so funny to me.
You can use Cardi C for short.
Oh, man. Hey, Jordan, straight off the bat, inspiration. I love
it. Well done.
Oh, man, that's funny. Okay. So you walk into the room with your clipboard. You see the mucusy Triton sitting on the patient's bed ahead of you. Snow and George, what are you doing? What are you talking about?
Right. So this is bed 4. This one appears to have excessive mucus. We've done a CAT scan. Holds up just a normal, regular cat. As you can see, it's not looking good. It pains me to say this, but I've had to bring you in because I'm at a loss of what to do with this patient.
I do believe that it was a good idea to bring me at this point, yes. What have you tried? Because this does not seem to be working.
Well, we've tried all the standard remedies. We've tried leeches. We've tried an enema. We've tried praying to the gods. And the only thing left is bloodletting, but we thought we'd give you a call before we went into that one.
No. Do not play to the gods. They will not help at this point. What do I have? I have sent someone out that I think will bring back some things that we need, but here, swallow one of these, please, sir. Okay.
There.
I'm just going to roll this crystal around your body, okay? Consent is important. Not once.
I consent.
I'm going to do a little hymn while I do this, okay? Relax. Feel your presence in your form. Ooh. Yes, very much a lot of mucus. I can tell.
All right.
Right away.
At this point, Bacardi, you get a bit of a sniffle in your nose and you feel a bit of a build-up coming. And you just sneeze all over George's character. And George, I would like you to roll a D100 for me because it's reacting with your body in a bit of a way right now, and you're not sure what that means, but something's about to happen. Ooh, I wonder what it could be. Also, while we're just doing that surge here, I've also got a $15 donation that says disadvantage to D20. He isn't playing, but I see him in the chat, and I'm petty like that. So thank you so much for that donation. If you want to actually give us anything on that one, just let us know, and we'll do a surge or whatever you're feeling. But that's very funny.
Fully approve of that. That's great.
Yeah. Hey, look, we need to get a sheep in this game somehow. This has become the meme of Jasper's game. I've seen a sheep in almost every game. Hashtag sheep, you know, at this point. Nick, what'd you get on your roll?
66.
66. Well, where's me wild magic? Gone. I've lost it. Sorry, keep role playing for a sec. I'll find this table.
Wait, I've never seen a patient discharge this much mucus at one time.
That is quite disgusting, I will say. Would you like a cloth? I think I have one here.
I have one the size of a bed sheet. That might help. It's even coming out of his skin.
All right, so I've found my table here. However, you know, you might be allergic, much more allergic than you ever thought you could be. Because you arc out not only with like a sneeze of your own, but it comes out as lightning. And everyone within 30 feet of you is going to take lightning damage.
I'm so glad I'm not there yet.
Is that a TPK right off the bat?
You know, you're level
Perfect.
5. You're probably going to be fine. But I hope you have more than 40 health maximum if you need to. Woo! That's 21 lightning damage each. Just straight off the bat. Did anyone go down from that?
21, did you say?
21 lightning damage. And it doesn't even say there's a save here. It just says up to 3 creatures I choose. Just wait, it says you choose being Nick, but you know, I'm a mean DM today apparently. So
He couldn't just kill all the other people in the hospital?
It would take a lot of the patience off my hands, to be honest.
Yeah, at least you're already in hospital, you know.
Oh, good.
But yes, lightning just arcs out of the combination of the mucus and George's magic, and it just becomes like the lightning. The whole hospital room is just scorched at this point, and the like a nearby nurse walks in, he just goes, I'll just come back later, okay? I see that the alternative medicine and the regular medicine is I'm just gonna go, okay? And he just like leaves.
It's all right, nothing to worry about. Just a case of the thunderous sniffles.
Yeah.
Seems to be getting worse since your last invasive diagnostic there, Doctor.
Well, if you like that one, I've got plenty more where they came from.
All right. We're gonna cut all the way across to out of town, the forest, to. Well, actually, just before you leave town for the day, let's say, Greg. Greg the Grung, also known as Greg T. Grung, you have accepted a job by a person looking for some, what are we looking for? Some various items in the woods that could be used for medicinal purposes under their name of Snow. And, you know, what do you do? How do you normally prepare for town?
All right. Well, Greg gets all of his equipment together and he waves at the people who just can't keep their eyes off such a handsome young frogling, and he makes his way towards the edge of town, you know, and slips out quietly through the gate into the Greenway Woods.
So you slip out through the gate. That's a very important question here. So you just go straight out the main gate of Littlesby Grove?
Yes.
All right. So, you cross the
TPK, there we go.
threshold. Yeah, absolutely. You take all of the lightning damage this time.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's important to put the hospital outside the town. So.
Yeah. You basically. Oh, that got me good. So, you cross the threshold of this barrier, and you know, you feel normal for a second, but everything starts rushing back to you. Everything feels wrong here. You're not just regular old Greg the Grung.
No.
You've been here. Well, actually, you don't remember how long you've been here. I remember the ship.
What is it? I remember the ship that brought me here originally.
There was a ship,
that I slipped off of. There was
a ship. There was a whole thing. You were like contracted to come here, but why?
I don't even. It all slipped away.
Yeah. And now you've been asked to go and get some ingredients for what reason was it?
Some sort of doctor?
Yeah, it must be the doctor. Maybe they have the answers.
And they wanted stinking tongue. That's not good for anything.
There was some guy covered in mucus, you think?
Mucus?
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. I mean, I am just not familiar with mammal diseases.
Yeah.
Maybe that's normal. It's part of their shedding cycle. I don't know.
Was that someone you knew, though? Was it someone you cared about? Is that why you're here? These are all thoughts just running through your mind, though.
But I'm going to have to... yes, I don't know. It's so strange. But I'm going to have to think on this, but there's a sick person.
And they need your help.
He needs my help. I'm going to go out and continue to search for the items. Move out into the dark and lonely woods all by myself because I'm the best person to do this.
You go into the dark and lonely woods. You've actually remembered that you're quite skilled at your job. So skilled, in fact, that you would actually call yourself a ranger in D&D terms.
Indeed. And bringing plants back is a little beneath me, but that's fine. I can do it because it will help someone.
Yes, for sure. Could you make me a survival check, please? Just, to make sure you're doing your job well. All the time thinking, like, how did this happen to you, you know?
Well, that's a middle of the roll start. I got a 13.
13, look, that's fine. Let's say you spend like most of the day trying to get this done. You can't remember if there was a rush to this or not, but it's happening anyway. So
human disease, who knows?
You know, most of the time of the day trying to get this done. You head back into town, and
my satchel of stuff.
You got a huge satchel. You've got all those mushrooms and things that I can't remember that Snow was requesting, and whatever she said earlier. But
I head back towards the city, proud that I've accomplished what I needed to do, and hoping that what I find inside the gates on my way back in will be answers. So I reapproach the gate, and
you approach the threshold of the gate. You see the guys just being like, "Hey, yo, that's pretty good. You got a big haul there today, mate."
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
What's your name again?
Your name? I am Greg. You're.
Oh, I'm also
You're also Greg?
Yeah, I'm also Greg, mate. No,
that's a coincidence.
What's my name? Look,
if
let's
it's not
go with
Greg, I don't know.
I'm sure. Maybe it's my middle name. I'll come up with it. It's fine.
We can. We're all Gregs today, my friend.
Yeah. We're all Gregs in some capacity. You know, Greg's maybe the cosmic identifier of the universe.
Sure.
No, and he just like kind of shakes it off. He's like, okay, cool.
Mammals? I don't know. Just okay. I pass on into the city.
Can I just give you something real quick? I feel like I've met you before, you know, and I need to slip you something. And he slips you a card. And on this card, he's like, look at that, when...
Business card.
I feel... Well, I wouldn't look at that straight away, but look at... something tells me this card's going to come in handy to you one day. And I'm not sure why I know that. And he just hands you this card. It's a very nice looking tarot card looking thing.
Okay, all right. It was bigger for me.
Yeah, it's quite large, and it says DOTM on the back of it.
DOTM. All right. Well, then I will not look now. Good Greg, guarder of towns and protector of gates. I will.
Yeah, mate. No worries.
Well, then
I'll say.
I will.
I say. We'll go. Look, we'll have a meal at the pub or something. I'll buy you a beer. But
As you wish. Yes.
Yeah.
We will converse, and perhaps you can tell me more about this town.
Yeah, mate. If as long as I don't get too sidetracked, you know how this town goes. Everyone's just doing whatever all the time, and I find myself doing the same thing here.
That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Have a good one, mate.
All right.
And you cross through the threshold of the town?
I pass through the threshold.
Can you make a con save for me?
Con save, of course.
Yeah.
It was grand plus 3 for a total of 10.
Town's fine. It's a great day for you, buddy. Hey, you remembered exactly what you're doing, and you remembered that not the hotel. Why am I saying hotel? The hospital's waiting, buddy. Everything's grand. Everything's Gucci.
Indeed.
It's so good again. Oh.
Indeed. Healer Snow is waiting for these herbs.
Yeah. So
I'm so glad to be back here.
Yeah. Littlesby Grove, the best town ever. The best
I head off
I've
to
ever
the
been
hospital.
to. And just like going down the road now, like just
I wave at my fans,
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you again.
You see, bloody hell. You see old other Greg over at the shop. You see second Greg down at the other shop. You see Mr. Tim.
All the Gregs.
Mr. Tim over at the third shop. There's a lot of shops in this town for some reason.
We need to name him Greg.
Yeah. Oh, bloody! I'll get on the paperwork now, sir. I'll change my name to Greg number 4. And you head down to the hospital. It's a chipper day now, and you walk in and you see this room, this scorched room, full of people trying to work out this familiar face. Oh, you do remember this guy? This is the snotty man.
Oh, hello, Mr. Mucus. How are you feeling?
Electrified.
Right. That's the smell of burnt fur. Are you all right?
I think the good doctors and the healer woman may have been damaged by the last sneeze.
Well, at least we know electroshock therapy ain't going to help in this case.
Can I get the rest of the 3 of you to roll like a history check on Greg? Because right now it seems like he's all right, but like something's familiar right here about him, and it's tickling the back of your brain,
Not much familiar. That's 6.
6. Hey, Greg's great. I don't know where he's from or who he's going to or where he's going next, but you like him.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3? Hey, same thing. Hey, this grung man has very conveniently brought exactly the things that you were thinking you needed to cure your friend. That is a great coincidence.
Thank you very much.
Greg coincidence.
And George, what'd you get?
That's a 13 on the dice, minus 1 is 12.
Yeah. Wait, what? Say again? 13?
13 on the dice, minus 1 is 12.
Yeah, so 13, you maybe you're the one who went out and asked Greg at this point for these ingredients. You're not sure why you'd ask for these specific ingredients, but you're glad he came back with them.
Greg, it's good to see you. I see you brought what we need.
Indeed, as requested. Here you go. I could not but return with what is required to help this hapless young moist person here. Madam Snow, I believe this is what you were looking for.
Thank you very much. Okay. We're going to need to drain the stinking tongue, and that elixir will be rubbed on the privates of this gentleman to heal him.
Well,
all right, so you want to try and heal this poor Triton.
Yes.
All right, can you two, I would allow advantage because you're helping each other, make a little bit of a medicine check here. I'm just playing Operation at this point. What do we got?
I rolled two 18s.
Two 18s?
I rolled a 19 and a 6. So I think I'll take the 19.
This guy's not sick at all. He's just he's got a bit of a skin condition, but he's not sick at all. And you're a bit flustered and annoyed as to why he's even lying in this bed in the first place.
Snow, I've just realized this person isn't sick at all. It's just a mild skin condition. Look at it.
Maybe he's got like Triton eczema or something at this point. Maybe he's a bit of a yeah.
I do think he has maybe that Triton eczema.
Right, eczema. This far inland. That's unusual, but you're right. It could entirely be possible.
Problem though is though. Sorry, go on.
A seasonal
eczema.
skin condition, perhaps.
Bacardi, you're very convinced you do have something seriously wrong with you, but you're not sure when you contracted it, if not ever. But you've definitely got it in your head.
This doesn't seem like something essential oil will cure. I have pains all over. I have mucus all over.
Well, so do I. You don't see me complaining.
At this point as well, you also realize, it's time for lunch, or at least, actually, hold on. No, Greg came in at the end of the day. It's time for clock off. But, it's about that time. Like, Greg's finished his work for the day. Snow is feeling pretty confident that it's not actually a huge condition. George is looking around going like, well, this guy's clearly not sick. So
Right.
is it good to release him at this point?
I'm going to have to discharge you. I can't find anything wrong with you. As far as I'm concerned, this is just a skin condition. So I'm going to prescribe you some salve for that. You can follow it up with your normal doctor in next week or so. And that's clock off, everyone. Shall we go down to Greg's Tavern for a pint?
I was going to meet Greg there afterwards, so
He's the one who
that
works
sounds like an excellent plan.
You hear another person just from down the hall. He's like, "Oh man, beer's on Greg! Yeah, beer's on Greg!
What?
Beer's on Greg!" Just like going down the hall. Anyway,
He's the one who works down at the old Greg, is he not?
Mm-hmm. The old Greg. So do you all head over to the old Greg?
Yes.
And then have a good pint there?
I think so. I hear they've got a Bailey's and a shoe special.
All right. You walk down to the old Greg, and you've basically got like you see the proprietor of this inn known as the old Greg, and it's like a big green-faced man. He's just like the whole like just tilting his head. You don't even know how he's got the mechanics and the budget to do a sign like this. However, you kind of see like what actually hold on, what's your passive perception? Who's got like above a 15 or something? I don't know.
I have 15.
You got 15? You can see just beyond the tilting head sign, and you can see like maybe it's someone's job to kind of like pull a crank, and they're just going like always turning, just like watching the old Greg head just tilt between the tavern. Anyway, you head
I'm going to
inside.
drop a copper piece in the sign turner's tip jar, and just good job. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, sir.
Greg, is the cream working for your sore wrists?
Yeah. It's I've got grew some more heads, and they've really worked it out today.
Good.
Yeah.
These stars are aligned for you.
Yeah. I hope I don't break my wrists again. That was a tough day on Thursday without them. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm a bit sneezy myself, but you. And he just sneezes all over AJ's character Snow, and this looks to be a surge for me. So can you roll a D100? And while we're doing that,
Oh, perfect.
and they gave a note. This is sort of a sorry for the donated magic surge that killed off the important NPCs at the end of your wonderful game. Obviously, if this goes horribly wrong, please blame Nick.
I will blame.
Anyway. What have we
84.
got? 84. Bloody hell. Well, Your magic and your learning has paid off. Who would have thought? Can you roll a d10 for me, please?
Of course.
I love this. You have realized that your magic and your study of the alternate medicines have come into place. And what did you get for your roll?
A 6.
Amazing. George, Greg, and Bacardi, you take 6 necrotic damage.
Ooh. Ooh.
And this is why, Snow, you think your magic is working now, because you gain the sum of that. So you gain 18 health back in the damage that you dealt to your 3 friends. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, I feel incredible.
Yeah.
Ow, ow,
my
ow,
God.
ow.
Yeah. And you drain their health and their vitality, and it all coalesces into your own, and you feel like you've just drank like 7 coffees. It's
that's just typical alternative medicine,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Is eczema supposed to hurt like this, Doctor?
And for some reason, you really feel like that was Nick's fault. Sorry, George's fault.
Look, when you're around a lot of medicines that aren't from the stars and the heavens above, sometimes you can take pain occasionally. That is what average people do. However, I could teach you the ways of the crystals.
I think I'll pass.
It is up to you.
I'm feeling all dried out now.
I don't know why.
Oh.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes.
Yes.
Can you hear us? Yes.
Just keep role playing. I'm just going to fix this real quick. I'm not sure what's happening.
I feel all dried out now. I'm going to look around for like a water trough for the horses, and I'm going to go and dip my head into it just to re-moisturize.
Hydrotherapy. That's a good idea. Maybe some of that would work for you, Bacardi.
We shall see. And I'll dip into the horse trough and spread the mucousy opaqueness through it.
Oh, that's not going to be healthy.
I hope no one has. It's all right. This is a one-horse town, so the odds of this causing trouble are pretty low.
Well, yes, it could very rapidly be a no-horse town.
Sorry about this. I cannot hear any of you right now, and I'm not sure what's happened.
We will be right back.
We'll see you shortly.
Hey, sorry
Hello
about
again.
that. I was not sure what happened to my audio there, but actually, luck would have it, we have an extra player joining us, and he has made it in time. Please welcome Aram to the table. How you doing, buddy?
Good, thank you. Sorry for being a little bit late.
No, it's all right. It happens to the best of us. Hey, literally that kind of worked out that my audio started happening. Hey, did you have anything to do with that? Did you muck up my audio from
Right.
the US?
It's just me
Is that
with
what happened
cables
there?
in the back, right? Like that guy from
Yeah.
Airplane. Like,
Yeah,
what
what's
happened?
going on? No, that's all right. All right. Well, if we could get you to introduce yourself and who you're playing today, we're going down the route of like, what's your life like in Littlesby Grove? Not as much as your
Yeah.
D&D class, you know.
Yeah, sure. Okay, well, my name is Aram. My pronouns are he, him, and today I am playing Hugh. And Hugh is new in town, and I think he would spend a lot of his time like just walking around, touching things, tasting odd things. Like he'd occasionally like drink from a a fountain or lick a lamppost, and just takes a lot of notes. Walks around looking at things really carefully and taking a lot of notes.
Okay, cool. So let's say Hugh, and what's your last name, Hugh? Like, what's your profession as well in this town?
Hugh's last name is Mon, and his
Mon,
profession in town is he doesn't really have a job. I would say in town he's more of a traveler.
He's more of a traveler. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And what has specifically distracted you in this town, Hugh? Like, everyone's kind of like, everyone has their own weaknesses, let's say.
Yes, I think the lanterns, all the lanterns that they use to float above the town during their festivals are an abomination. Anything in the sky is. So I think that would attract my my attention. Yeah.
Well, let's say you have just seen your great friends, your best friends in the world, since moving to Littlesby.
Yes.
You see George, you see Greg, and you see Bacardi, and you see Snow, and they're all heading to Old Greg, the Old Greg Tavern, run by Mr. Greg himself, serving all the Gregs of the Gregville. And
I love Greg.
And you've seen them clock off. They've come from the hospital. They look like they've actually got a discharged patient with them. He looks like he hasn't even like changed into his regular clothes, and he looks kind of wet. But,
my friends, you've stolen a patient. How wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Oh,
he was
he is
discharged
subject.
for his discharge.
Ah, I see. Well, how may I help?
Yeah.
I don't think any help's required at this point. This fellow seems to be cured. I mean, he's still a bit mucusy, but that's his natural state of being as far as we've determined.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at this person. Is mucusy their natural state of being? Like, what are they?
They have like a layer of they're a Triton. They have like a layer of mucus all over them, and they're very convinced they're very sick. However, talking to Snow and George, their medical diagnosis is that he is not in fact sick.
No.
Yeah.
It's just from the sea. We should put him back.
Yeah. Maybe he get like that when he's out for too long. Hey, AJ, Snow, you've actually got a reroll as well. I've just been notified of. So thank you for that donation. We'll see where that goes. Maybe
I
Greg
will
can help
keep
you
it
out.
in my back pocket for emergencies.
And just to also catch you up, Hugh, Greg the Grung has also been given by one of the town guards during one of his many outings a card that says on the back, DOTM. And he hasn't looked at it yet.
I see.
Nope.
I know he has that card. How then?
Mm-hmm.
No, understood. I have a natural sense for these things, for cards.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
But, Old Greg Tavern sitting in front of you. Like, it's your favorite place in town. Not other Greg, not other Greg's. This Greg's Tavern.
This Greg here.
So you're heading on all in, and you're looking around at the patrons. You see Greg, you see Tim, soon to be Greg, you see the person formerly known as Greg, and then you see a very angry looking person in your regular booth.
Oh,
Couldn't be older than like 12 or 13. He's just sitting there with a big scowl on his face.
Look, it's young Greg.
Yeah.
there's a child at our booth.
can you tell?
Most
Very clearly a child in your booth.
Yes. Well, many of you humans, look different than when we are old, and therefore there is a difference.
I have not aged in 20 years.
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, I mean, George is a short mammal, and that over there is a short mammal. So how do you know the difference?
Beard.
Thank you. Yes, it was clearly the beard. That's what it was all along.
Oh well.
All right, so
right.
you're gonna go. So you head over to Greg, the innkeeper, and you grab some drinks, and you head. Were you heading to your booth? I guess.
Yes. Get a drink for the child.
Yes.
You head over to your
Yes.
booth, and you kind of stare down at this little kid here. He actually looks like he's got quite a big longsword in a scabbard, like resting on the seat next to you as well.
That's
he just
not
looks
how you
up at
save
you.
a seat.
He's just
Young-
staring.
Young
what
boy,
is
what
effective?
is wrong? What is wrong, child?
What do you mean? What's wrong? I've been waiting for you I've been waiting for so long. Just so long.
Waiting
What
for
do
us.
you mean?
What do you mean? Sit your butts down. It's been like a month. We've been in this goddamn town for like a month.
I think
Sit
he may
down.
be
I don't
upset.
get, sit down.
We should sit.
I suppose we'll sit down then.
Butts.
I hop into a chair.
I am only going to sit because your negative energy is ruining my vibe.
Okay, well, can you pull out one of your mushrooms and rub it on my face or something? Because you've done that like 4 times already, and I'm sick of it. Please.
I think I might have.
Are you gonna shove a crystal up my nose? I already had that one last week. I don't do it again. You run off. You become a doctor, and then you leave me and Valunda around, and I can't deal with it.
The crystal in the nose is very settling.
Oh yes, you would want the crystal in your nose again.
No, please, I want to get out of this town. I want to go back to my dad. I want to do the job that you were hired to do. Please.
As a
Please.
qualified medical physician, I can highly recommend the crystal in the nose. They even taught us that one at medical school.
Yes, you do seem quite upset. Hold head still. Get crystal.
Mr. Mon.
Yes.
Are short mammals normally this vociferous?
No. Usually only when they are rutting.
Why do you look like this, Hugh? What? I don't care. I don't care.
I think
This is what I look like.
Oh, I'm gonna have a panic attack. Okay.
Just wait. No. Breathe, child. Breathe in through the nose, out through the rectum.
Yes. Use human words.
Okay.
Better?
I'm calm. I think I'm calm.
Yes.
Do not think he knows what calm is.
Where were you?
We were just at the hospital doing our
No.
jobs.
Okay. Yeah. Did you get paid? Did you get a job?
He's so loud.
I do not think he
Sorry, I'll pull my
knows how
mic
the
away.
hospital works.
So, do you know who I am?
No.
Do we know who he is?
Are you Greg?
Hate this town. And he grabs you by
All of
the
us?
face,
With you.
and he's like, "My name is Horace. You have been here for 2 months. I lost you last month. Wake up!" And he just like leans back.
Which one did he grab?
George.
Okay.
Okay.
He's clearly suffering from delusions.
I grab a cup of water and I hit George in the face with it. Wake up, George!
Oh, I was awake before that.
Well, I'm sorry. The child is very upsetting.
You're like a paladin. You said something was stinky here. Like you're good, bad, stinky, and you said it was stinky. But then you just started being a doctor.
Paladin?
Yeah.
What in the god's name is a paladin?
Why do you know what you are?
I think it's a dessert. I have cooked a paladin before.
No,
Yeah,
that's
young
that's a
mammal.
panna cotta.
Oh, right. Young mammal. Where are your parents?
Are you kidding me? Are you actually
Shouldn't you
kidding
be?
me?
It's late. Shouldn't you be in slumber or something at this point?
Yeah, and I thought you would have done your job by now, but you haven't done that either. So I guess we're square.
Well, I
what
brought my herbs. I brought my herbs to Madam Snow, didn't I? I did my job.
Your herbs! I'm sick of this!
I successfully discharged the discharge patient, and I've even exceeded my job, and I'm bringing him down to here.
Okay, we need the... Oh! He pulls out the sword, and he puts it on the table. No. He's a friend.
Who's a friend?
And he puts the table... He puts the table on the sword. No, he puts the sword on the table. And he opens the scabbard and pulls the sword out and rests it on top. And it's like an ebony black blade, long sword.
Ooh.
Very nicely made. This kid could not have done this himself. And it's got like a glowing orange to like red to orange to yellow core, kind of almost like it's breathing.
Ooh.
Touch the sword.
Oh,
Young person, where did you steal this from?
it's clearly evil.
Dad gave it to me.
Do you have a connection to the sword? Do you feel like it speaks to you? Because
Everyone has a connection with the sword. Please just
You might-
touch it for yourself.
you might be gifted.
Well, it looks really sharp.
Yes, it's sharp. It kills things.
You should hand swords to people hilt first.
So it kills things that touch it. Why would we touch it?
Well, that's a good point.
I will touch the hilt.
And he holds it up,
I will
and he's
touch
just like, it wants to speak to you.
I like to commune with items and animals.
Just touch it. He could talk to you.
I'm going to humor the little
Yeah.
person and touch it.
Touch the blade.
Yes,
You just touch the blade.
touch it.
You hear in your head, "Hey, Greg, how you doing?
No.
Good to see you. It's been..."
I put my
It knows
hand-
my name.
I'll touch this.
Yes, that's what I've been saying. This sword knows all of you.
Sword, speak to me, sword.
Oh, hey, Snow. I saw that you were trying to give Horace a crystal again. That's pretty funny.
I like crystals.
Yes, no, I'm acutely aware that you like crystals. You tried to embed some in my bloody pommel.
It would be good for you.
Oh, well, that's what you said last time, but I didn't like that either. I'm a magic item. I'm not a customizable one.
I think everyone is customizable. I think everyone can develop.
Yes, no, you are very
from
right.
inside.
Everyone can be as customizable as they want, but I'm literally
Yes.
a magic item, and I cannot be created or destroyed.
I reach over and I
easily.
touch Snow. The shoulder just dunk.
So you touch Snow on the shoulder.
Touch Snow.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Greg, what's going on?
No!
Oh,
Greg did this every time last time. Is he all right? He's skittish.
I'm unsure. He is a frog. I don't. you know.
Well,
Touch.
hey, Horace is
Hello.
telling the truth. That you always came to me when he was too stressed out because he's a little boy and all, and he's impressionable, and now he's learned a bunch of swears, and that's definitely not my fault in the slightest. But he's right though. You've been here a few months, and you keep buggering off to do other stuff, and now you're talking about new jobs.
Hugh, Mon,
Yes.
come here. Come here.
yes. Hello.
Okay, don't touch me. I'm poisoned. But touch Snow.
Yes. Yeah.
And touch.
Hugh, Snow, may I touch? Thank you. And I will touch.
Oh,
Snow.
Hugh, you never cease to amaze me with your disgusting humanly ways.
Thank you.
It's
Who is
so
talking?
wet. You're almost as wet as literally, what's his name? Bacardi.
I have been told I am very wet. Yes.
Yeah, but yours is in more of the nature of your being rather than his physicality.
Yes. Even my soul is wet. Yes. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much. Yes.
So
I
how's
touched
all
Bacardi.
that going?
Well, the depths will crush us all. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that one again.
Yes. Yes. Who are you?
It is
Oh,
a
I'm
sword.
Sorry.
Yes.
We got to do the. So you're going down the whole mind thing again? Okay, I'm Valunda. This is Horace.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, no, you. Oh my God.
My name is
Okay,
Hugh.
well, we're looking for Horace's dad. All right.
Okay. Who's Horace?
What does
Horace
he
is
look
the
like?
little boy.
Oh, hello. Oh, your father is.
Yes.
You could have just told us. This whole talking sword thing seems very around the topic when you just could have said, hello, my father is missing. My name is Horace.
He just looks at you and he's just like, I did. and I'm going to kill you.
That is a very negative
I'm so frustrated. I'm a little boy. My hormones are making me angry.
I think I have something. I think I have something for the hormones. I just cannot remember if it is blue or green.
Yes.
How is this?
Okay.
Do you
How is this
remember?
happening? How are you
Nick,
talking to us? Go ahead, Nick.
I thought it's you. All good. Don't worry. Go on, Greg.
That's what I was
thought
just-
you
I
wanted
was
to do
just-
something.
I was just
No, how-
Cardi.
Are we all touching now?
I would assume so. Yeah. So you can all hear Valanda's talking now, and everyone's kind of
Valanda's.
like group huddle, and the rest of the Gregs of the tavern are just like, oh, they're doing that thing again.
How is this even possible?
What do you mean? We're in a fan. Can you cast magic yourself?
Yes.
Then who's
No?
to say someone didn't put it in an object and then make it sentient?
Can I?
Oh, maybe I made this.
Oh my god. Horace, can we put them outside the walls? I'm sick of this having this conversation every 7 days. And Horace is like, stand up. Go outside the walls now.
Oh, is he talking to us? Okay.
Yes, I'm
I
talking to you.
suppose.
Yes, I am talking to you. I am talking
It's
to
difficult
all.
when the sword has
5
no
of
mouth
you.
and really doesn't participate in the conversation besides a voice in our head. It's hard to know who's talking. We shall go to this wall. Come, friends. Come, friends. Let's go to this wall.
But I just
Yeah,
sat
no.
down to my shoe full of Baileys.
Take your
Oh,
beers.
right.
No one. I can assure you, no one's going to notice if you drink in public here. Everyone is the same as you.
Oh, well.
Well, everyone here is a Greg. That's correct.
Yep, everyone's definitely a Greg. That's definitely it. Yep. Yes. Yes.
I will go to the wall, but
Yes.
only because your vibe is ruining my vibe. And
Oh,
I
you can
want
vibe check me all you want. I'm so. Oh.
He's harshing your buzz.
And
yes.
he just like he leads you in like a daisy chain of like holding hands out of the pub.
This is
Can
nice.
I get everyone to make your choice of intelligence, wisdom, or charisma save?
Okay.
One
Oh.
each. Not like so. Just choose your best score out of those and make that save.
All three my worst. That's perfect.
Yes, it's going to be a 2 + 5 is 7.
Ooh, 17.
I'm gonna use my reroll because I
Yeah, go
rolled
for
that
it.
one.
You get outside the tavern, it's great again. Everyone's just like buzzing around there, like, "Ooh, I love being at Littlesby, oh yeah!" And then
Wow.
all of you are doing the same thing. You're like, "Yeah, I do love being here, yay!"
I love being at Littlesby.
A 24.
Repeat
A
it.
24. So, did anyone get like under 15?
Yes.
All right. Whoever got above 15, you notice Hugh and you notice Bacardi let go of your hand and start to wander off somewhere.
Hey, where do you think they're going? Come here.
They're just like, "Oh, the bakery's good today," and they just start like walking
It
off.
is good.
Yeah.
I'll go get him. I'm going to go get him.
Bacardi, you've completely forgotten about all of your mucus problems, and maybe you're thinking you're going to become an accountant now.
You need your taxes done, sir.
And you turn to Hugh and start having a conversation, and you pull out a business card from nowhere, and you just hand it to him. It's fully printed
Oh.
off, and it says Bacardi Seabreezer, accountant at law.
Yes, non-mucus accounting. Fascinating. Thank you.
And then you three and Horace are just watching it, and Valanda's like, "Yeah, no, that's the thing that happens a lot. You stay here too long, and it's just like, whoop-de-doo, I've got a new job."
First off, I don't understand any of this. And secondly, I still don't understand your mammal's fascination with carbohydrates. No. But let's go get them. Don't let go, I suppose?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't let go, and I will try real hard to think about where you are in society versus your actual lives.
What?
You've all got it. Look, you'll see when you get out the walls. Just go fetch them, please.
All right, magic sword.
We could try and use our joined hands to kind of encircle them.
Oh yeah, you just like shepherd them out.
Yes. I'm more than happy to hear about your rates for tax services, but if we could do so outside the wall, that'd be great.
Yeah, you like get a bag of coins and like go jingle 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 jingle. You're like, I'll get. Oh, look, money. Ooh, accountant money.
Can I also pick up some?
You can do this and I'll pay you.
Can I pick up some baked goods and do the same but with Hugh?
Absolutely.
That
you pick up
works.
some.
Yes.
What baked goods does Hugh like?
What is that?
Oh my god, that's a prop.
Oh, your pretzels.
Oh,
Oh,
I do like a pretzel.
see, now I'm hungry.
Pretzel? Do you want pretzel? You got to come to get the pretzel.
Surface pastry is all my weakness, and I would just start following along.
Yeah,
Carbs are so terrible for you mammals.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
but town
That's so
looks
good.
great right now. However, you do come off and get outside of town. Oh, we hit 5K. Nice. Thank you for all the donations. We got our 5K just now. Woo!
Yeah. Well done, everybody.
That's so fantastic.
You're all the real
I would love to
heroes.
see that hit 6K before the end of today, because that means we would have tripled our initial goal. Like,
Wow.
completely and utterly destroyed it. That's so amazing. Thank you,
That's
everyone, for donating.
fantastic.
Keep them coming, because we'll soon see that wild magic surges actually have a very real effect on the town, and I've made mechanics as to why. So keep going with that. Anyway, you start to proceed outside the city walls. Horace just with this blank, deadpan, so sick of your crap expression leading you out. And you reach the edge of town. You all get this wash over you as you realize it's very wrong. Everything is so wrong. And you have a real life.
Oh.
You have a real life and you've been ignoring it for so long now.
Oh.
But why?
I remember,
have you been...
I remember a ship.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You realize
That brought me here.
you all know each other.
I'm not a real
Oh.
doctor.
Oh.
And-
Snow.
You've been in each
Shoot.
other's company for so long too. Why would you give that up?
Oh.
George.
Greg Thegron.
Hmm.
I'm very confused.
This is what I'm
also
saying.
confused.
This town.
Horace.
What?
It is.
Feel like I haven't seen.
No,
you.
I remember you now.
Oh, good. You remember me now? You actually remember me now?
I mean, you were a little,
Not entirely, no.
Really?
you were a little less snappy last time, but yes.
No, I'm just as snappy as I was. I'm just more sick of your.
I get down on my knees and I'm like, "Sweet boy," and I just start kissing his forehead.
That's much more on brand for you.
Sweet boy.
Okay,
Oh.
Do you remember what we're doing?
No.
No.
Okay. My dad is missing here.
Yes.
Your dad.
Yes, Erebus is missing. I'm Horace. This is Valunda.
Horace and Erebus.
This is Dad's sword. And Dad's missing in the town somewhere.
Ask the sword where your father is.
Well, we should go into the town and find him.
No,
That's
you
right.
don't.
We
no,
should search the town.
Just please be careful.
I'm
Every
going
time
in.
you go in those borders, it affects you. Valunda and I
What?
seem to be okay.
I've been out of this town many times, and I don't remember that happening.
Yes.
Yeah, you
neither.
won't.
Here, child,
won't.
give me sword. It will help me remember. Give me the
Okay,
sword.
here.
Give me
And he hands you
Thank
Valunda.
And I just walk straight into the town.
No, you can't just walk into the town. Can you make a con save, by the way?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
We should see
You
how
walk into
this
town.
turns out.
Hey, Hugh. No, we've tried this like 7 times at this point. Every time you do the same thing.
11 plus 1 definitely failed.
Oh
that save.
God damn it! He's starting to turn into a haberdashery artist again.
Yes. Yes, that's hats, right? That's hats.
Yeah, you
yes,
see
I
him,
made
he's just like-
5
Yeah, yeah.
hats.
You look at the sword and you're like, I bet I could make a scabbard that is also a hat.
I could do that. I could make so
Someone
many
go
things
get
a
him,
hat.
please. No, actually, no.
No, I have hats to make. No,
No,
get off
no.
me. I have hats. No.
I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm
Oh.
gonna get him. And he just runs in. And he
Yes.
just
Oh,
like
give us
pulls your
hat
hand and
for
he's
me,
like, just
I'm
go with
following.
the little boy.
Yes. Yes. Does he have a hat for me?
Yes, he's got many hats.
Oh, well, I'm definitely going with the
Okay,
straight
cool.
shot. I don't know. Yes, please take me to the hats, child.
You pass the threshold again, and then you're back.
Oh, I see now. Yes, that is a problem.
Yes.
Yes, here's your sword.
Yes. Okay.
Oh. Well, all right. And
Now
how
we
would
can't go in there or we'll forget everything. I wish he had just said that.
Well, I can't remember who's talking and who's in the vicinity of the sword, so I'm just gonna go between both of them. No.
Well, all right, young
this keeps
horse then.
happening. Every time you go in, there's a chance you're gonna lose yourself, and then you're just stuck.
So you claim we've done this before?
We've been here 2 months.
What word am I thinking of?
It's probably something to do with that humans and mammals are weird with carbohydrates.
You're right.
Yeah.
Wow. The
I
boys
just
read
want
minds.
Everyone is psychic, but some are psychic.
Oh no, I'm not psychic. I've just put up with him and all of you for too long. This was supposed to be like in and out 20-minute adventure. And it's taken so long.
How is my sense good and evil feeling at the moment?
Sorry? I'm just having a bit of trouble thinking.
Can I sense any evil presence or?
Yeah, you want to use. So, is this your divine sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how does that work? Give me a little.
So
flavor.
it's an action, and so I could detect celestial fiends, undead, that's what, and their influence within. What's the range on it? 60 feet.
Yes, I'm gonna create a new layer so I can just display it. But basically, yeah, you get some stank, and it's concentrated here and here.
And where are we? We're by 1?
You are by number 1, so that's the entryway gates.
There's something bad about here.
I was going to put George here. You're roughly here. And you can sense some faint but connected evil stank or some kind of magic stank with your divine sense. And it's kind of these two are linked almost. So like down here.
Okay. And do I know what building number 2 is?
So say again?
Do I know what building that number 2 is?
That just seems to be a local kind of grouping of shops and things. However, this is on the back of the wall, like on the outside.
Okay, it's on the outside of the wall.
Yeah.
George?
There's something bad going on. This wall here is strange.
The wall.
You said that
Well, if
last...
the dwarf says the wall is strange, then...
Yeah. There's every time you say it smells bad, and I'm not sure what's up with that.
Well, all right, Horace, have you kept a list of all the things that we've tried before?
Yeah, okay.
Can we try something else?
He pulls out. It literally is just called the list, and he's like, "Okay, you met Archie. He's the mayor. He really likes cheese. Then you came back. At that point, you lost. What's his name? You lost Bacardi.
Greg. Oh, Bacardi.
And then you started looking for Greg, and then you were asking around, and then you went to Greg's store, and then you couldn't find him. You went to the other Greg's store, you couldn't find him. Then you went to the residentials, and then you lost George. And then you went to the bank, and then you lost Hugh, and it was just downhill from there.
So
Every time you come in and out, we're trying to say, like, there's something weird here.
Wait.
But
So the mayor likes cheese.
yeah, no, the first thing you do, he's like, I want to go see the mayor, because then you could ask where Erebus was, where Dad was. And then it just started going.
Well, maybe we need to determine the source of this enchantment, this magic that is so vexing us.
Yeah.
Have we tried going over the town? Like, is it within the wall?
No, we haven't. But he's like, you might have trouble with that. And he points up, and you see like a magical shimmering over the town. And you remember at this point,
It's interesting.
there is something very specific about the magic around the town. And then you remember, you're not allowed to cast magic in this town. That was something very explicitly told to you here. Mechanically in game, you can do whatever you want. But the town of Littlesby Grove, upon entry, once told you do not cast magic within these walls.
The town told us. The town said these words.
Not the town itself, but like the guards letting you in, you know. But they've never told you since because you've been in and out multiple times. You know, you've been here a while. They would expect you to know the rules by this point.
So everyone in town remembers what's happening.
You're not
They
sure.
don't forget.
The only
Last
people
time I spoke to Greg, he seemed confused.
Yeah. Greg seemed confused and
Okay.
also had the same name as you somehow.
Right.
All right. So at this point, George, you start feeling the magic. You see a large like come from the shimmering magic of the above the walls of the town, and you immediately feel a surge. Can you roll on the wild magic surge table for me?
Oh no!
Thank you, D20, for that.
94.
They were saying that the magic in the town, you can't cast magic, or they don't want you to cast magic, and they would know somehow. I don't know why, how they would know, but every time we did anything like that, the town would just get like angry at us. They would just know immediately.
What do you mean the town would get angry at you?
Like all they would say when you ask them, they would just say word travels fast.
Oh.
But it was like immediate fast.
That is fast. Yes.
All right, George, what'd you get, by the way?
94.
84.
94.
94.
George, are you a dwarf?
That is correct.
You now become one size category larger.
Oh.
Whoa.
And you're just
Why?
real big now. But like, you see this magic that you have just like surged, and it affected the barrier of the town.
Is it also big now? Like
No, it's not
that
big,
part of
but
the wall get bigger?
The barrier looks slightly different. Like reality around it has warped.
Okay, we're probably more focused on the large dwarf, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But like,
Yeah.
side of your eye, you know.
Yeah. Right.
This is what carbs do to you.
I just spit out my bread.
Okay, so this is what I got up to. I'm not a fighter. This isn't my sword. You can take it if you want, but just know that it's gonna talk to you. And it and I are the only ones that seem to remember.
Yes, how is that? How do you remember? I mean, I assume that the sword remembers because it's a sword.
I don't know.
Logical.
I'm freaking out about that. I'm freaking out so hard about that one. I'm so scared. I'm the only one in town. I'm worried about Dad. I'm worried about you guys. And
Horace, I would hug you, but my skin is poison.
No, it's okay.
Not a good idea.
Are there children in the town?
I've never seen a kid here.
Maybe that is why you are
Am I not
young?
able to? Oh,
Something about
more stressful
mammal
somehow.
childhood.
Well, you are also affected from
Yeah.
the town.
And then
But his
and
mammal childhood is protecting him.
And then you see Horace just look at Valunda, and then go, oh, okay, and he like presses the gem pommel, and he just like opens his mouth like in Lilo and Stitch, and then you hear Valunda's voice come out of his throat now, going, okay, so I'm on speaker now, I can talk to you all. All right, so
Perfect.
yeah, no, so he doesn't like doing it, but I've got important things to say, and I just swore at him like until he let me do it. So
Wow.
if you go in town, just be careful. Horace, yeah, little boy, mind can't be corrupted or something as easily.
Okay.
We haven't seen another child in here.
Is there a magical way to turn us all into children?
You got true polymorph,
Do I have true?
or like alter self, or is there like a de-aging thing? Any of you
Yes.
able to cast like above 5th level?
And suddenly, this handsome, blonde, blue-eyed stranger in front of you, well, not stranger, I guess we all know each other, becomes a blue-eyed child. I am now Hugh the child.
Have you got the mind? So, Hugh, I've seen you do that before, but have you got the mind of a child when you do that?
Some have told me so.
Oh, good. Okay, go in there for a sec.
I'll be right back. I will get sweets and other things children enjoy.
Can you guys hold on, Horace? Pull out the net again, and then Snow, here you go. And he just hands Volunda Horace hands you the net.
Hands me.
And he's like, when he obviously gets distracted, just throw the net on him.
I just go marching in, thinking everything's gonna be fine.
Hell yeah. So, can you roll a wild magic surge as you cross the barrier?
Sure.
And you also need to roll a con save for me.
Oh dear. Okay, well the wild magic surge is going to be 30 on the nose, and my con save is going to be stupidly bad. And yeah, that is a 4 + 1 is 5.
All right. So what'd you get on your magic surge, sorry?
It's a 30.
A 30? You see him walk in and he just disappears.
Goodbye.
You hear like a, and he's gone, and he just like goes bloop. At the same time, the whole city's just like again, and a spell has just been cast in the walls. You see the guards just go. The guards just turn around and go, do you see that? And the other one's just like, nah, Greg. And he's like, okay, Greg. And he just stands back. It's at ease. Whereas the rest of the four of you and Horace and Volunda are just like, that definitely happened. Hugh, you teleport up to 60 feet into an unoccupied space further into town.
Oh.
And what'd you get for your save?
Oh, forward, not like, okay, yeah. Right, gotcha. I got a 5.
You got a 5? What's your new life like? What have you decided to do with yourself in the last 4 seconds?
I'm a baker, quite obviously.
The baker. You know that the bakery, it's so far away from here. It is all the way up at number 16 or 12, like number 12 over here. It's all the way over that way, if you can see that on the map.
I shall.
So you've decided the bakery is what you want to do.
Absolutely. I shall go bake things. Yeah. I have this half-eaten croissant right here. Clearly, I've already started.
With my 15 passive perception, do I see him?
Yeah, he pretty much just teleports further into town. However, when he teleports, the magic, like, you actually see it in the gate's entrance now. It's like,
Oh, I see him. Look over there.
Hello.
Have you got that net?
Moving towards the bakery, 60 feet away from us so he can't hear us.
You got that net?
I do have the net, yes.
Okay, we're going to lose him for about another 2 months if we don't get after him right now. So just, shield your heads as best you can.
Okay.
Hold our hands or something. Look, we'll all concentrate together and I'll just swear in all of your minds.
If we're going to go back into town, while we're out here, I'd like to quickly cast Protection from Evil and Good.
Oh, yeah. You absolutely can do that.
I put my gloves on. So
all right,
when we hold hands,
you put your gloves of no protection on. Okay.
The gloves of non-poisoning my teammates.
Oh, yeah, excellent.
The gloves of don't kill everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, yes.
I kind of want to cast Resistance, but that's only going to, help a saving throw. That's not really going to do much.
Yeah. So, what do we got here? What's going on?
I'm going to grab a couple hands and start walking towards the city.
Okay,
come, people, let's go.
Just touching base. Bacardi, did you want to do anything?
I might cast Conjure Animals.
Yeah.
And pull in 2 tigers.
2 tigers? Heck yeah, you can do 2 tigers.
Obey my commands, and I'm going to command
them. They will
them.
absolutely obey every command that you give them. Yes, good.
I command them to find Erebus and keep me with them.
Okay.
And then walk through.
Ooh.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you guys just walk through the city's barrier.
Hold your hands.
Who is on point?
I have the net. I will go first.
All right, AJ, you cross the barrier, and thank you that you did, because you get a wild magic surge the second you cross over.
Beautiful.
Knew that was
all right. You see, AJ crossed through with the rest of you, and Volunda's like, oh, I think it happened again. And you see, as yeah.
71.
71. You gain resistance to all damage for a while.
Hey,
Nice.
Let's
I
say
feel
that
great.
transfers into your. You don't have to make that check for a little
that's
bit.
a good one.
Nice.
And George, you cast protection from evil and good.
That's correct. But I want to cast it outside the wall, so it's only when we go.
Yeah, you cross the barrier of this. It's a concentration spell, though, right?
Correct.
You feel like a magical, consistent effect, like harming whatever's going on here. And as you two both do this, you notice that the rest of the town in the square is looking at Hugh and looking at you two.
Hello, town.
Valunda's like, oh, I
Oh,
hate
look,
coming
it's
in
our
here. It's
friends.
all thick. Like, reality's thick. Just won't
Yeah.
quit,
Thick.
you know? Yeah, it's very thick. And, George, you can also feel this on your mind. It's like a dense, like, it almost feels like a dense fog trying to cloud your thoughts, but you've got this protection going on right now. And, who we got here?
I think I'm second in line, so.
Super curious. So so D20, could you elaborate on that one for a check? I've just got that magic surge note from you. Just let me know what you want to do with it.
Hello, town. We're back. Absolutely nothing suspicious going
I
on.
don't think he wanted me to get protection. So,
D20 is my favorite.
All right. So out of the two who didn't make the check, can I get Greg and Bacardi to make a con save for me?
All right, con save.
That one.
18.
18, you're good. You remember what you're doing for once. This is the first time you've ever remembered.
Oh, yeah.
One of the first
Great
times.
for the win.
And Jordan,
That was in that one.
Nat 1?
Ooh.
Ooh, well, I'm going to let you drive your own train wreck. What happens?
Well, I do have the two tigers
Oh,
escorting
right.
me.
Yep.
So I'll assume I'm
Oh my
a
God.
tiger trainer.
Oh, you're like a tiger trainer?
Yeah.
All right, you are an ethical tiger trainer right now.
Manning them just to do,
Yeah.
acrobatic feats. Entertain the rest of the Gregs of the town.
All right. Thank you so much as well, by the way, to that donation that I just saw come up. You see one of the tigers, it's kind of like scratching its head. And you're just like, oh, I'll go help him. And you realize they haven't got like their collar on properly. You go up and fasten it, and you see the tag on there, and you're like, Dotum? I didn't name this tiger Dotum. And you realize, oh, it's just a card. It's just a card on this tiger. Okay, and you pick up the card,
Uh-oh.
and that's a second card that we've got. So thank you for those donations. However, you just flip it over casually. And Nick, could you do the thing for me?
Yes.
So, do you want to tell me when to stop?
Oh, I'm happy for you to draw it. So
Okay.
just like shuffle and draw one.
Throw it right at the camera.
At this point, Greg.
It is the moon card.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
Hey, Greg, you also see this card and then go, oh, I have one of those.
I have a card. I do. I've kept it in here this whole time.
And here's where the game goes downhill. So, Greg, did you just look at it as well?
I look at the new card, yes.
All right. Can I get a second draw on the deck of many things?
Okay.
Oh, my God. All right.
What did I get?
Well, I'm doing
Balance.
Bacardi's first, so I got balance and moon. You
Oh,
got
no.
one off the max roll, Bacardi. You gained the ability to cast Wish 3 times.
Wow. Well, the game's over.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Anyway,
Well, I know I have that ability.
so day's good for you. Day's real good for you.
And balance.
All right. So, the scene lightens a bit. You realize you've got this unfathomable power. And also, what was the other one? Balance?
Yes,
Yeah.
balance.
Okay, so, Greg, your mind suffers a wrenching alteration, causing your alignment to shift. Lawful becomes chaotic, good becomes evil, and vice versa. If you are true, neutral, or unaligned, this card has no effect on you. For the purposes of comedy, I would like it to be the good or evil shifting.
So sorry, is it both of mine shift or just the good evil shift?
Yeah, they basically invert. So lawful becomes chaotic and good becomes evil. So what would you say that Greg's alignment was?
Greg suddenly, Greg was more of a casual. I like to help people, but I'm just going to be kind of casual, not necessarily follow whatever the convention says. But no, the chaotic good. So Greg stands up straight and makes sure that his outfit is well and tidy and smooths off his brow and
he grows hair and just gets like a slicked comb over and starts talking about the stock market.
Indeed.
Greg is now lawful evil.
Oh, the worst.
Well, at least he's lawful.
Well then.
Like the Kermit the Frog meme with the...
Yeah. I am now evil, Kermit.
With the cloak over top.
Yes, the Sith be very good today.
Starts every sentence with, but actually.
Okay, so
Excellent.
Apart from doing all these magic surges, producer, have I missed any? Let me know, but I'll keep going with the story. We've got Hugh Man now wandering in town trying to be a baker. We've got Jordan. Sorry, we've got Bacardi able to cast Wish, but thinks he's a lion tamer. We've got
wish for more lions.
We got George, who's protected. We got Horace, who's normal, and we've got Snow, who is also protected. And then we've now got the alignment shifted Greg, who has shaken off their effect for now. So, what's happening?
I'm still going after Horse with the net.
All right. So you start running after Hugh Man?
Yes.
All right.
Let's get
Heading over. What are we doing? So what do you say to him?
Hey, stop that. Get back here.
Would you care for a croissant?
Yes, but then get in my net.
And I have like 3 croissants that I've somehow acquired. I have plain and Toaster's Crunch and also chocolate.
I will take all 3, but get in my net.
You see him turn around and he's like
fair deal.
Do you still look like a child or a teenager?
No, I currently look like my real form, which I was fine from the back, but when you turn me around, I am an Illithid.
So you're a mind flayer.
Yes.
Ooh.
So you turn around. You had like a human's backing, and you turn around, and you're like Davy Jones in the front, Party in the back right now. You got like a mullet with a squid face.
That's exactly what it is.
All right, sweet.
Hello, friend. Careful.
And he's talking exactly the same way.
I'm trying to pass you a croissant with one of my tentacles. They're delicious.
You should try it.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, he
very evil gentleman seems to like my pastries.
Yeah, okay. I've seen this before. When he takes a bath, it kind of reverses a bit, but I didn't think he'd actually do it in public.
I will eat your croissant.
He basically slaps some sense into you, and you kind of like start going like, I still want to be a baker, but you guys are nice and you're friends. At this point,
I'm torn.
We are your friends. You should join us.
I love the lighting.
Trust this one less, but yes, I do seem to remember you are friends.
Are you going to get in my net now?
Oh yes. And then I would look at me. It's probably too late to go back now. This is my cursed form. Yes, and I will get in the net.
And you transform back?
No, they've all seen me. I mean, I guess I will just be me now. But it will get in the net.
You can transform back using some magic if you like. I got a surge I need to do.
No, wait,
If you want.
oh right, okay. So he just go like in the way that he transforms back because he does the hand thing. So he puts his hand above his face and does this, and then he
So
becomes.
you see like him go whoop, and then reality out from his hands, just like wow, 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 once again, and you can see the kind of sky like flicker from like a bright daylight to an overcast day, and then back to a normal day.
Ooh.
And could you roll on the
right.
search table?
Right. I think it might have something to do with this casting magic. That would be a 99.
A 99?
That can't be good. That's never good.
It's a high
You
extreme.
regain all expended sorcery points. I don't think are you a sorcerer?
I feel power. No, I'm not.
Give me another roll because I would love for something to actually happen. If you're
That's
not a sorcerer.
I am not indeed a sorcerer. That total is going to be 14.
14, other end of the side. All right. I mean, this town's already doing it for you, but you cast a confusion spell centered on yourself.
No one can tell the difference. Right.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Who's nearby Hugh? Because everyone in a 10-foot sphere has to make a wisdom save.
I am very sorry, my friend.
All right, so I would say everyone except Horace is just standing there, just going like, "Hello, Hugh. That is kind of weird, but yeah, let's do this." So, can everyone make a wisdom save for me?
12.
Except for me, right?
Except, well, it's centered on yourself.
Oh,
so,
sure.
Ooh,
I'll roll.
ow.
creature in a 10-foot. So you're counted in this.
Yep, I'm within 10 feet of me.
8.
8. All right, you failed.
8.
Yeah, I got 10.
That's a fail.
12 for me.
12 as well.
12 and sorry, Snow. What'd you get? Sorry.
Also 12.
12 fail and
22.
and a 2.
22.
22. All right, you're good, but you still think you're a lion tamer. However, can I get everyone to also roll a d10? Actually, no, I'll just do it. All right, Greg, you just gain you don't move or take actions for a little while. It just says a turn, so 6 seconds. Oh, Hugh, man, you are unaffected and can move and act normally.
Ah.
Snow, you are also stunned at this and just kind of have a moment that you need. And George, you need to attack the nearest randomly determined creature within your reach. If there is no creature within your reach, you must do nothing this turn. So basically, you see George just get a wild look in his eyes and start lashing out at the people around him.
Oh. Tentacles.
Not again.
So George, who would you be lashing out at?
Who's closest?
I would say your choice of Snow, Hugh, George, or Greg.
Good choice of all of us.
Yeah, literally everyone except Horace, because you're not going to hit the plot character.
I think the town's effect on my mind has brought back Dr. Hammergood and his hatred for alternative medicine. So I think I'm going to swing at Snow.
Come at me.
Oh boy, here it goes. Here it
As an
goes.
unarmed strike. That's a 10 with a +8 is 18.
That hit.
Ooh, ow.
Remember the lightning damage as well from earlier.
Oh.
I got healed.
Oh, you did. You drained their vitality. Didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
All right, so
Take
you
four
swing.
damage.
4 damage. Ah! What? Why?
Oh.
I've had it up to here with your crystals and your essential oils.
And Horace just comes up and like puts his hands between you. He's like, "This is what happens if you cast magic in here. The city goes weird. Everyone knows, and sometimes you start attacking each other. This is par for the course."
Don't cast magic.
I want to throw my croissant at him.
Well, I mean, you guys can cast whatever you want, but I see the barrier doing weird things every time. And Valanda's like, "Hold on." He presses the pommel. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can see the ether, and the whole thing just kind of shifts. It's like you're pouring a little bit of goo out of the hourglass each time,
Pretty good.
like wobbly reality draining out of the drain of the cosmos." But it makes the barrier weaker, so whatever you want to do with that, that's fine. You could save the town if you like.
Well, spells weaken the barrier.
I think so. That's what I'm gathering.
All right.
For no reason, I would like to throw my croissant at his face and turn my eyes like red for a moment.
Yep.
Just being like, how dare you?
Ooh.
How much pastry damage do I take?
You don't take any damage, but you can definitely feel shame as a minor action.
I did also cast Thaumaturgy to change my eyes. So.
Oh, just like boom. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, the eyes effect. Yeah. What else would you like to do? So, this whole thing's happening. You literally have only progressed about 60 feet into town. And that's how much this city is doing stuff right now, you're realizing, as you're coming to a bit more. Bacardi, would you, Oh, actually, that's. Hey, thanks, Crosa. You hit them with the you hit them with the what? What'd you throw at him?
Croissant.
You throw a croissant at him, and it just explodes into magical violence. And Nick, can you roll on the wild table for me? Oh, actually, no. Yeah, Snow can do it, and it's going to affect Nick.
39.
39.
My life is in your hands.
Hey, the alternative magic sometimes works in weird ways because, you know, that croissant, it's just what you need, and it lands straight in your mouth, and you eat a little bit, and you gain 13 health back.
Hey.
Yay!
Sure.
You think as you chew on this tasty, magical croissant.
This is why I wish to become a baker.
Who would have thought violence sometimes is the answer?
So, Bacardi, you think you're a lion tamer, and you have 3 uses of the wish spell if you like. Would you like to do anything?
Having
Worst
seen
sentence.
all this melee
so
going
bad.
on amongst these people near me, and they're not
Yes.
paying attention to the tigers,
Yeah.
I'll just go, I wish you people would stop fighting. I wish you would stop damaging each other.
This is a level 9 spell. I did not expect level 9 spells to come and be in this town. So let's go with this.
So carefully worded, too. Oh.
The whole world goes dark for a second.
Of course it does. It's a wish spell.
Oh, yeah.
It's a freaking wish spell. The whole world goes dark for a second, and you see just like almost an inverted version of this town, and you see like the words that activate the wish, and he says, "I wish," and it goes brrr. Like the whole world's just like brrr. And then you see him lay out the wish in front of you, and it's just what? Sorry, what was it again?
I wish you people would stop fighting each other. I wish you'd stop damaging things.
Because I wish you
feel
can't damage each
super
other.
compelled now. You just he's basically just cast like dominate monster or something. It's a wish spell. And you all just go, "Yes, lion tamer. I
Yes,
will."
lion.
Yes,
Yes,
lion
lion
tamer.
tamer.
And
Why were we even fighting?
you see like, because you guys are kind of near the church, above the church, you see a massive just like crack in reality just go
Ooh.
like just all the way down the barrier to one of the sides.
I should probably want to fight about that, but I don't want to fight.
Valunda just goes, "Oh, hell no." And then the world resumes.
Interesting.
However, you don't see like the happy-go-lucky town at this point. Like everyone was normally like, "Oh, yay, Littlesby Grove, it's fun and doing stuff." They're all looking at you. The 5 or 6 or however many are of you now. There's so many people I can't keep track.
We've stirred the hive of
And they're all
Gregs.
staring at you.
Ah.
Should be bothered by this, but I'm feeling strangely tranquil.
One just walks up to Bacardi and just puts their hand on the shoulder and just goes, "I think you need to leave soon."
Hey, man. What's with the aggression?
So, I wish you would just watch my act.
Here we go.
The world stops once more. What did you say again?
I wish you would just watch my act, and I'll have the tigers start.
And the tiger star. So the world comes like to a stop again. The whole city above, you see another giant crack just go down and tear open like this just spot in reality. and then you're all just like up in like the main courtyard where the mayor lives, and suddenly you're at like a circus performance. You're all watching. Like, you're all watching his, like, tigers do the best tricks you've ever seen. And the guy, like, tied to a chair, like, Clockwork Orange, like, eyes taped open style, is just sitting there going, yeah, woo, tigers! Like,
He seems to be enjoying the performance.
as he's doing his, like, thing now.
I'm enjoying the performance.
Like some moonshine.
And the world resumes back to normal.
Normal. Right.
Well, as normal as you've had.
Right.
And do I receive any gratitude in form of tips?
Oh, yeah. Roll a performance check for me with advantage. And Bacardi, can I also get you to roll a wild magic for that? You've just cast 2 bloody wish spells.
Well, that was a 7 on the performance.
Was that with advantage?
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
Wait.
All right.
Wow.
He's sitting there and he's like, not your best work.
The wild magic is a 25, and I'll also go, I wish this paid more money.
Oh, no.
Sorry, can you say that again for me? You got a 25?
25 for the wild magic.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
in response to the poor comments on the Tigers' performance, I'll go, I wish this got me more money.
Wish this got you more money.
It feels like a poor, underappreciated Tiger handler.
The world stop. I'm changing my lighting cues so many times. The world stops once more. The world stops once more. The lighting cue's not working. The world stops once more. I'm going to change it all to red again. That's green. It's almost like at this point you're watching reality happen. Volunda's just, you can hear him out loud in this realm. Volunda's like screaming. He's like, it hurts, bloody hurts, the whole time. And you see like a piece of like the barrier just like fall off as like another massive crack goes as the third and final wish spell happens. And just like, you see like eyes and things like that staring back at you. Like this is very clearly broken something. And you said you wish for more money?
I wish this paid more money.
Gold, gems, and any kind of valuables just start spewing out of this guy's pockets like a fountain worth as he kind of like goes up onto a pile and like sits at the top of it, spinning in place almost like a gold and gem fountain as like he's just like just spitting out gems, gold, whatever you can have. This is going to be terrible for the economy, you think, as you pretty much watch this play out. And then it goes back to normal once again.
Oh.
I'm going to sidle over and try to pocket some of that just kind of appeared. And
The child could just buy a new father.
You see Horace just looking in horror at you with Volunda in tow, just going, what have you done? They said didn't cast magic and you cast like literally the most... And he just goes and slaps you. And he's gonna try and make an unarmed strike, but he misses. He's just too short. He's just like just trying to like get you to see what you've done. This is
Sweet
enough.
Boy, would you like my mace?
What's his name? Bacardi, you look back, and your mind's eye is awakened. You've got a new eye on your forehead, and you now have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight. And he turns around, and you've got your memory back at this point. It's like you've just seen through it at this point, because you've cast too much magic. And you turn around to look at your friends with a new eye. The lions just like dissipate at this point.
Oh.
Seem to remember I've always had a third eye.
Looks great.
Definitely suits you.
How are we all feeling?
I didn't think that humans could look more odd.
Concerned about this one, but otherwise well.
Mr. GM, Mr. Game Master, Mr. Dungeon Master, all the cracks in the sky that we saw, Well, question for the GM. All the cracks that we saw in the sky, since there were 3 of them, could we triangulate the source deck cracks? Could they all point to a place?
They all look like
Location in
they
the
are
city.
stemming from like your central location, kind of centered
From
above the
us.
church. But each
The
little
church.
shard of the cracks are pointing to areas on each of the walls.
Oh.
So it looks like actually could George and Greg roll an insight check on that one?
So it looks like we're the problem, and we've
Certainly.
damaged that. That's what you're saying.
What do
Ooh.
I have for insight? Oh, that's a 16.
16.
I rolled a 16, so a total of 21.
All right, Greg and George. George, you remember that you're kind of like looking at where it's going down, and it's got that area that had like the stinkiest of that magic stank with your divine sense. Exactly, almost pointing towards it. And it looks like all of these cracks are pointing towards each straight section of wall, like right in the center.
Something about the center of the walls.
You see, Greg, you see George looking at that. Same conclusion. But what are you feeling right now?
What am I feeling?
Yeah. What's your vibe check on this? Because you got a better.
I'm currently feeling that if there's some way I can take advantage of this situation for my benefit,
That's
I
very.
might have a whole
lawful evil.
town under my thumb.
Yeah. So in your mind right now, walls equal magic. Reality equal broken. Broken reality pointing to walls. Profit? Question mark.
I think we need to investigate those walls.
Snow, how you going?
Snow feels good. Am I still feeling the resistance, or
Yes.
is he okay?
Yes, it doesn't feel stronger. In fact, it feels weaker. With every cast of that wish spell, it felt weaker. Significantly weaker.
Come, my friends. Let's examine the walls, see if we can find the answers to this situation. Come, join me.
All right.
I will join you, but only because your vibe is affecting my vibe.
Yeah, he's got a whole new thing going on, doesn't he?
Yes, quite evil, I would say.
It's speaking
Yeah.
a little bit odd.
He was like looking at cards and then he started talking about Dogecoin.
That's very evil. That is just right there at the evil. Yeah.
It's simply a new perspective.
Oh.
Come with me, friends.
That's never
We shall-
ominous.
That seems
fine.
legit.
Look, he's got the best idea for now. I say we go with him.
Okay.
It
Right.
was better than my idea.
Oh, I'm so stressed out. I'm never not going to be stressed until we get out of here.
I could calm you down. I've got the elixirs for things like that.
Does it use magic?
Do you
No, it's
want
just
me to tell
drugs.
you the truth?
No, I'll come back to that.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, I'm technically a doctor. I could probably refer you to seek some help.
Yes.
I think I'm going to need a lot of therapy after this if you know anyone.
Or
I
drugs.
also
I'm
don't
walking
wanna
towards the
do-
walls.
I don't think you're actually a doctor,
I'm following.
but
All right.
regardless.
So just a. Oh, sorry. What's that?
No, I'm just going. It's like,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
So
they're
I
still
assume everyone's
talking,
following
I'm
at this point?
going.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So where would you like to head? Are you heading to like where George specifically pointed out the first time?
Indeed. That's right.
All right. So I'm going to
George
put your
saw
little.
something.
Yeah, I'm going to put your little marker there. And yeah, George was right. On the inside of the wall behind all of these buildings, you can see like this glowing, and it's kind of weakly glowing now, broken rune that's on the wall. It looks like it's like exploded outward and like hit a bunch of the back of the building here.
So it's
Now,
very
exploded
strange.
as in it was wrecked when the sky wrecked, or was it like originally like that?
Sorry, this is on the inside of the wall, so you haven't
Yes.
seen the inside of the wall yet.
This is very strange.
So picture like the reverse side of where he was checking. And
I think we should hurt the light.
We should do
Destroy
something
it.
to it indeed. Well, we don't know what will happen. Who among you good friends is knowledgeable about this sort of thing?
One also thing to note about specifically where you're standing, you don't feel the weight of the town anymore. Like, you got to maybe, like, see where the 2 is on the map? You got to, like, there, and it's like you passed through the wall's outer gates early. And you remember.
So like the circumferences shrank.
Yes.
I examine the wall and attempt to use my dwarven stone cunning to determine what has created this.
Amazing check. So what? Just refresh me. What does that get you?
It's double proficiency on a history check involving
heck yeah, go for that.
stonework.
Nice.
Would that be an investigation, you said?
It says for intelligence history checks related to stonework, but
yeah,
can do
go for that. Go for that. I want you to make the most of that.
Right.
Fantastic check.
That's an 18 with double proficiency is 8, so that's going to be 26.
26? Whoa, you're getting that whole story. Hey,
No phrasing. No.
you get what? What are you talking about, Rob? Tell me in more detail on this PG stream. I want to know. Corrupt my innocent brain.
No.
Not in front of the kid.
No. So, these stones that have been used to build this wall are like older than this town itself. And it's like you couldn't source this kind of rock and stone anywhere nearby. This is not a natural build. However, it's very clearly been like bricklayed by someone. By what origin or purpose you don't know. And it looks like every time you kind of try and take a little chip off it, it comes off, right? But you see like little wisps come off it, you know? Like the whole wall has got some kind of magical imbalance to it almost. So pretty much, yeah, that. All of that.
The stone is not from here. And it seems to be enchanted and old. Very, very old. Not from any quarry near these parts.
Interesting.
Why does everything sound ominous when you talk now?
No reason, I'm sure.
Maybe he's trying out a new thing.
George, was there anywhere else in this town showing this kind of stonework other than the wall?
Do I know that?
What was the question again? Where was the...
My idea is
in this town that
if the walls are if the walls are constructed out of this strange magical stone, if there's also a matching building somewhere, maybe that's the center point of this magic.
Roll a history check on that one.
For George, because I would have no idea.
Yeah.
Frogs don't know stone.
Fair.
That will be a 17.
17. No other buildings in town have the same kind of stonework that you've seen. Not the temple, not the not the hospital. Nowhere in town. It's like the town. The way that these walls are, it looks like the town possibly was here beforehand, and the walls came after. You know.
No, there's no other buildings in this town that have this kind of stonework.
It's
so
strange
because the stone is old, very old, but this wall looks to be built before after the town was built. So although the stone is old, the wall itself is relatively new.
One more thing that you also note about the whole wall, it's like there's like a slight groove of the ground going up, indicating that it rose.
Came up from below.
Yeah.
It came up from below ground.
It looks like the earth had been disturbed, you know? And usually in your constructions, you would disturb the earth, but it looks like it has gone out of the earth.
They have disturbed the earth.
Perhaps walls grow here naturally.
Is that
It's a
a
very
thing?
unhuman thing to say.
Could I roll an Arcana check?
For sure. What would you like to see, and what would you like to feel in the vicinity?
I would like to connect with my spiritual half and see if there's any like vibes from the stone itself and check their magic.
Totally vibe check the stone. I'm into it.
Yeah.
All right.
An 8.
An 8. You know, the stone's vibe, sometimes it's pretty basic bricks. It likes to take photos a lot, but not necessarily of like skilled things. Like it's like a blade of grass, and then they take it into like whatever app they're using and they Photoshop it like just completely monochrome, and they think that's like really good, and then they'll get really pretentious about it. But no, that's the kind of vibe these bricks are giving off. However, you do know that their friend bricks down south have something that could be more of use to you. You feel it's actually like linked.
I think we should go south.
That's as good a direction as any.
Could I use my third eye now that I have to have a look around, see if there's any basement stairs in any of these buildings that lead down underground?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is a 14.
14. You can't see any basements around here or little back entrances into like underground bunkers or anything. However, you do see like behind all of the buildings, there seems to be this like little trail, like a not very frequented trail, but it's certainly there.
There seems to be a path that leads behind these buildings here. Perhaps.
Does it lead south?
Leads north and south.
But it leads south. Yeah. And Snow, you said south.
That's my favorite direction,
south.
Next to west.
I'm a fan of east.
That's where the bunny comes from.
That's okay, Horace. You can like what you like. We're following Snow.
You should stop talking to Horace, I think.
Yeah, I don't understand what you're doing right now, and I'm scared.
It's okay, Horace.
Mr. Flair, Mr. Hugh, I'm going to stick with you. I actually trust you more than him right now.
That's a poor choice, child, but please, yes, come.
Okay.
I shall protect you with my tentacles.
Okay.
I just summon a giant tentacle and it just wraps around him. You're safe now, child.
I think you messed up the definition of safe there, Hugh.
He was safely within the tentacle. He is grasped by the deep. The deep shall keep him warm. He shall not even need to breathe.
No.
But the breathing is important.
That is quite vital.
Right. I'll release him. There you are.
So,
I'm here.
Just to guide us a little bit. What's everyone wanting to do at the moment?
Go south.
Walking south.
Yes.
Okay. So
Child south.
So sure enough, you actually find another area of like destroyed wall. It looks like similar to the last one and has erupted out. So this the second red marking that I've put on the map there.
Wall upkeep in this town is terrible.
Indeed.
And it doesn't look like the wall's integrity itself. Like there's no hole to the outside, but it has like just like the initial bricks have just blown off.
What do you think, Snow? Does this match your expectations?
Yes. The stars are telling me that it is the same as it was that way.
And the path continues west this time.
I think we should go west now.
West is my favorite direction.
You did say that, yes.
Very well, I agree. We continue.
Right. So,
yes, let's go where the stars tell us.
As you approach the next one, basically you see another one here. This one is intact. However, you see Hugh walking around with his big magic tentacle now, and you see this this swirl of magic like emanating around the rune, and just goes. And I would like Hugh to make a wild magic surge.
Oh dear! All right, the magic thing that's been happening continuously, right?
Ah, yes, that thing.
Yeah, it did.
That would be
Thank
a
you,
33.
D20, for that donation.
D20 is my favorite.
That'd be a 33.
You got a
The
33?
constant disruption.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Not only do you see this one go, there's actually another one that you see smoke trailing up, and maximize the damage of the next spell you've done in the next minute. So you
100%.
hear like 3 popping noises of like exploding brick, and it goes down here as well.
There are others, and I will summon tentacles in the area to like wave about and show where the other bricks are. Right there and right
Just
over
like
there.
here's like 3 explosion noises now.
Yeah, it's like wacky waving arm thing, but like in several areas of the city. Yeah, right there and right over there.
I don't, should we be messing with this? This is like we've destroyed like bits of wall.
We're here for your dad, right? That's why we're here.
I would like to find my dad and never come back here.
But I think causing the wall the damage will help us find your dad.
Yes,
okay.
your father is in the wall.
Also,
maybe dad. Oh, you think dad's trapped in the wall?
Sure.
I think
See, was
Geki
he
know
always-
Erebus?
Go on,
these
AJ.
magical runes,
Okay.
they are important to note.
Don't worry, Horace. It'll be fine.
Was your father always such a rock solid fella?
Yeah, dad's just like your regular 8-foot tall human.
8 foot
I'm sorry,
tall.
what?
Yeah, he's just. I haven't hit my growth spurt yet, but he's like 8 foot tall. He's a human man.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
I didn't think that humans got to 8 foot.
Humans are always taller than me.
Oh, dad's
Although I
always
am
been
quite
8
tall
foot
now.
ever since I've been born.
Okay.
Hugh.
That tracks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hugh, is that normal for humans?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Humans can range in height from 2 to 17 feet.
No?
Pretty
No,
sure.
that is not. No,
I have my notes somewhere.
but
Okay.
that is not. No.
Oh.
8
think
feet tall would be quite average.
I mean,
think
I thought
someone's
dad
been
was just
playing
big for
with
his
the
age.
I think someone's been editing your Arcanepedia articles there, Hugh.
Oh yeah. Magipedia.
Continue onwards.
We go to the next tentacle.
You heading to the next tentacle?
The next point that's been flagged by a tentacle.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you walk to the next one, and sure enough,
Thank you,
yeah,
Sally.
Hugh. Oh, I've done it on the same layer. You've seen Hugh basically cause the next 2 to be destroyed.
You
This
are
one's quite a big
welcome.
one on this big section of wall, and it's like right behind the hospital.
It's just
And,
the tentacle punching it over and over again until it breaks.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. Yeah.
So right now, every time, so you actually haven't been in any kind of magical brain fog right now since you've started doing this. You've noticed.
Mr. Seabreeze, would you do us a favor? Would you walk towards the center of town and see if the circumference has changed? See if it's diminished more now that we have eliminated more of these runes.
Yes, do what the creepy frogman says.
I'll
Do what
do
the
as the creepy
frogman
frogman says and make my way through the buildings and try have a look up in the center near the church spire.
Well, I wasn't going to go.
So if you want a, so you're trying to like see where the magic is, because right now it's not like super
Yep.
visible. Like it was only ever visible like the cracks when you're in that kind of like wish realm, you know.
Someone should be ready to grab him.
But I'll let you do an Arcana check if you want to kind of feel the ley lines of the magic in the area.
Yeah, too easy.
Tentacle ready to pull him back out.
Yeah, it was like
I just think we'll know when he loses his mind.
That is a 3.
Oh.
That's a 3. You know why that's a 3? Because I'd like you to make a con save as you cross the threshold once more.
Found it.
And you may have just lost your party member by accident.
That is 16.
16? No, you're good. You keep it together. You kind of go in. You're like, okay, what was I doing again? Okay, cool. Magical ley lines. It's very clearly like strong, kind of around here. I'm near the church, but we're in more or less the center. But I can't pinpoint this.
So try and head back if I understand where they my way back to along the wall edge.
Oh yeah, you
Where
understand
the
where
fight
they
is?
would be geographically. Yeah.
And I'll relay that the closer I got to the center, I had an urge to train big cats, but coming back here seems to be a bit better. Perhaps,
you crossed that
destroying these
threshold.
walls will weaken this wall.
Did the line seem further in? Did you go farther before the change?
The closer I got to the center, I believe, the more foggy I felt.
Yeah, it was like, so with the current setup that we've got, it was like you didn't cross a threshold till you got really close to the church just then, or the temple, I should say.
Indeed. Good. We learn more with every passage, every movement around the city.
Yes.
You talk normally just for
To
once.
give a visual, kind of like,
Should send in more.
to give a bit of a
What is
visual.
normal, Dr. George?
Almost like that, you know?
Yes.
I think we should keep going around the wall and destroying these rooms.
That
I agree.
Seems like a worthwhile course of action.
Yes.
So, heading to the next one then?
Yeah. It's got a lightning lure. Everything we come across, just keep smashing them.
So you just like casually just shoot a magic bolt at it?
Yeah. A lightning lure. I'm using
Boom, and it goes
specific-
wah, 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 wah. And you do that one, and are you just more or less just like, I'm on my way, like
Yeah.
happy not to be,
What a
and you
great
just
day it is,
destroy a
smash.
bunch of them
Yeah.
like this.
Yes.
All right,
Helping the humans on the surface. Smash,
did it
smash,
again.
smash.
But yes, fair. Let's say we get up to here, and you have destroyed a bunch of them. Right now, Volunda's just screaming out. He's just like, every time you do that, I'm feeling really sick. It's just I'm getting the Hebens jeebs
Is the
every
sword
time.
saying that? Is the sword the one
Yeah, I'm
that's saying
talking
that?
through Horus again. It got me to press
Gotcha.
the pommel. I'm on
Understood.
speaker.
Right, so you're not feeling well. So you're evil in causing all of this.
No, I'm not evil. You can check my vibes. I'm good.
Yes, none of
I'd
us
like
are
to
evil.
check this sword.
Okay, pick me up and then give me an Arcana or an Insight check.
I'm going to
Yes.
cite you.
That would be great.
I don't
I
know
always
much
wanted
about the sword.
Sorry.
I rolled a 2, but I have +6, and it is an 8.
Oh, cool. We're attuned now. Sweet. All right. So now I can hear you wherever you are, and we're gonna be buddies. That's what's gonna happen. So look,
Terrifying.
vibe check past us, all I'm concerned. And then you give him back to Horace, and he's like, "Look, we can still talk."
Terrifying.
Yes, sometimes it is, but that's how magic be.
I have. Hold on.
Yes.
I can communicate and mind link with another creature. If I do that, does that destroy my link with the sword?
No, I mean, it basically just goes under like general magic item attunement. But Volunda could probably talk to them as well now, if anything.
Terrifying.
Yeah, no, if you do that, I'll be able to listen to all of the conversation. And you get the impression that the sword smiles.
That's upsetting.
It is rather upsetting, yes.
Yeah, no, I don't like it when he's in my head either.
I feel like we should also destroy the sword.
I do.
Can't
Yeah,
destroy me, I'm magic. And he grins
Can
again.
I throw the sword at... When we get to the last part of the wall, can I
There
throw
you
the
go.
sword at the rune?
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
absolutely. So are we just assuming you're going to around to every wall side now and just going...
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm on my way, destroying walls and talking to some swords.
There's nothing that could go wrong with this plan.
Correct.
All right.
Nothing at all.
So you get to the last one, and then the whole town's just like whoa, 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 at this point. And you've got no fog at all. And Snow, what do you do on this last one? Just give me some role play there.
I'd like to take the sword and jab it into the stone
Okay.
at
Yeah.
the same time as casting.
So you're casting a spell, yes, noted.
I don't think I have any like attack ones though. Hold on.
What have we got? All right. So I've got something for you though. So you chuck the sword at the wall.
Yes.
All right. You do that, and you peg the sword at the wall. Maybe you give it like a bit of magical oomph, and your magic explodes outwards and arcs backwards. Could you roll on the surge table for me as it like heads directly towards Greg?
Perfect.
Oh.
50.
50? Greg, you're sitting there going like with your like Mr. Burns maniacal kind of talking, and then suddenly you just don't have any words coming out of your mouth. You start shrinking, and you start like going like you start bleating as your mouth turns into that of a sheep, and you start walking around as like a little slimy sheep frog man.
Yes.
With, like almost like a hybrid, like an awful hybrid thing going like.
Is he still evil?
Truly a frog in sheep's clothing.
Jesus Christ.
And he's got like the fur and everything. He's got like the wool and everything, but it's like slightly green, sickly tinted on his back.
Oh.
You look around at him.
I'm not one to judge, but it does seem unfortunate.
Man. So,
What happens?
one more
to the
thing
sword?
happens. Valanda's in the wall just going like, okay, so, can somebody pull me out? I'm feeling a build up here and I'm not liking it. And oh, man. Can anybody hear me? Snow, please.
Yes.
Please pull me out. I do not like this. I don't like it at all. I'm crackling with magical energy, Snow. I don't know where it's going to go. Oh, it's going for Greg.
Wait,
Greg, can you roll on the magic surge table as Valanda shoots out like an arc of just raw magical energy?
Beautiful. I got a 56.
56, huh? All of your wool falls out. You're like a big naked frog sheep
Naked sheep.
person.
Jesus.
And I'm back to being green at least.
And it's like the magic kind of like goes to you and just like bounces off like you're made of glue. Who's it gonna stick to? It's Bacardi. Can you roll another wild magic surge?
That's a 26.
A 26 on the surge. Can you roll again? Because you cannot gain another eye on your forehead.
Why not? It just moves over. And then
Just an ocean of eyes.
Yeah.
Sorry, say
78.
78.
A forehead of eyes.
All right, so you basically start becoming like this strange druidic god being as illusory butterflies and flower petals start fluttering in the air with every step you take. It's like you're growing new grass for this duration. This isn't great for the magical reality of the town because you now see like the whole thing of the cracks in your regular plane of existence. It shatters and you see like shards of like gooey magic reality falling down onto the ground, hurting no one. However, you look around and as you're watching Bacardi like kind of work out what's just happened to them, you see a big shard of reality just go boom and like bounce off an invisible kind of reality barrier around the whole church. You look up into the sky and you see like dark clouds are forming above it and a small rumbling overtakes the land.
I will charge in that direction.
Oh, look, the sheep frogman's off somewhere.
That's good.
So,
That's a change.
what do you do? Have you just run in the direction?
I am charging in the direction of the church.
Is everyone following the frog sheep hybrid?
That seems like a logical
Naked
choice.
frog sheep.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to tentacle that sword, right? That's in the
Yeah.
wall. And I'm just going to
Yes,
jam it
please
in a little
take me
bit
with
further.
you.
No.
Push that in further and twist it a bit. Does that help at all?
It does not. But
Right.
that sword has definitely broken the last barrier.
Oh,
Excellent.
God, the talk.
You see the church at this point, and the whole walls of this thing are covered in the same runes as you've been encountering on these walls, like almost wrapping it like a big arcane ribbon. You're not sure where the center is, but it's just completely glowing and covered at this point.
Well done, Snow. You've saved the town.
I think we need to destroy the church first.
I'm always down for burning down heretics. Let's go.
Can you take the nice sword with you, please?
No, you stay in the wall.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna. And Horace just goes over and tries to like pull the sword out of the wall. Really
we
quick.
can
Slap his hand with the tentacle. No.
I will bargain a deal with you, talking sword. You get out of my head, and I will take you with us.
Absolutely, let's do it. Can you just unattune? Just do what you did before.
I don't
want to be
what
on.
to do.
Look, last time before Horace picked me up, I was on a wall for like 200 years. I don't want to do it again.
Okay. I don't know how to not talk to you, though, so...
Just roll an Arcana check.
I will do so.
Just like break the link through loose means of storytelling.
Just swipe left.
Yeah, swipe left on our relationship.
9.
Done.
I rolled
All
a
right.
9.
Okay, you know what? I'm feeling a bit attached to you, so we might have to, feel this out and work through our relationship problems.
I don't like relationships, but I'm taking you with me regardless. Let's go to destroy the church.
Okay, cool. I'm all down for getting all
Just like my last marriage.
What?
I am going to headbutt the church runes.
You headbutt the church runes, and they kind of all go like whom in one, and you see like the clouds above glowing bigger. You also see the church doors are like they're not locked; they're just open.
Of course, the church.
Inside.
Yeah.
That is not a good idea.
So here's where we are. You're in the church. I'm going to disable these layers, but
Yes.
you
Those
find
are all the
yourselves in
glow
the
sticks
church,
left
and
of the
there's a couple like clergymen here doing some praying and some general stuff, but they all don't seem to notice you as you walk in. There's a pastor at the top.
Typical.
Looks like a typical like Torm temple.
Done.
I will chase them out.
Notice that.
I will chase them out of the church.
So there's like a pastor at the back. He turns around. He's like, "Oh, hey, good tidings to you all. My name is Greg, and welcome to the church.
Of course.
Oh,
How can I help you there?"
Headbutt to the groin.
And you want to just like, oh my word. He's like, come now. Yes, roll to headbutt the pastor.
Excellent.
Sure.
What kind of pluses do I have on headbutting?
Strength.
Does that proficiency bonus count for that?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do that.
Okay, cool.
You are proficient with your horns as a sheep, goat, frog.
Well,
thing.
okay, so
Activated quickly.
yeah, I'm adaptable. So total of 10.
10. You kind of see him like hold his hand out, hold you by the horns or whatever you've got, and you see him go, "Come now, child. We're all good here. I'm Greg. You're Greg, and what's this behind your ear, mate? And we're doing a little bit of magic today. This is my secondary. This is my secondary skill here.
Hugh is
I'm a bit of a magician's apprentice, you see." And he pulls out a card and he says, "What does your fate say today, mate?" And Nick, can you draw that for me? Thank you for the third in this game. While deck of many things draw. Let's see what it is.
This is a great trick.
What do we got?
So, sorry, am I drawing from the deck, or is
you draw it for us, and then I'll do a thing.
Okay. Okay. So from the deck, it is the Jester.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good one. Oh no!
What happened?
Word.
What happened?
So, George,
Yes.
you see Greg, the priest Greg, look up at you and go, "It's your lucky day, mate. Have 2 more cards."
Oh dear.
Oh.
You also gain 10,000 XP. I don't remember what your level up is, but I think 5 to 6 is more than 10k.
Wow.
Okay, drawing again.
And he's like, the pastor in the church is like, Ooh, I feel a little funky. Everybody got to dance with the pastor. And
First one is the sun.
thank you, Billy Bob. Everyone in real life has to dance. Ooh, I'm feeling funky. Everybody in the church get down with me.
Summoning tentacles and they're just swaying around me.
Yeah. So
I cast dancing lights.
the pastor also kind of watches your magic flare out of control as you've drawn not one but 3 cards from the deck of many things. And can you also draws wilds? Can you roll on the surge table for me, please?
Right. Roll first.
And
that's going to be 50.
50.
Exactly. And my let's see how this plays out, and then we can do the other 2 cards.
Bubbles just start like vomiting out of your mouth whenever you try and speak. You're just like, and what was that deck card?
So the first of the 2 is the sun.
Oh no!
Ooh.
I'm terrified of this every time.
Oh,
You
no,
gain
what that
another
does.
50,000 XP, and I have to give you a magic item apparently. So let's say you're like level 8 now, and
Okay.
I genuinely don't know what that would put you at, but you've gained a total of 60,000 XP.
Wow. And okay, so I'll draw my last card from the
I
deck,
bite him.
Pretty great shirt.
and it's going
I
to
so
be,
bite him.
I can't necessarily see it. Oh no, it's dungeon.
Hey,
No,
see you
no.
later. I think I know where that puts you.
I think I'm pretty sure that's bad.
All right. Okay. Is that Don John?
Dungeon.
Yep. Danyan.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Can you roll a D100 for me for that magic item? Because it's probably going to come in very handy in a second.
Okay.
You disappear. Like you look completely gone from the church.
I got exactly a 4.
3 very heavy Sorry, what'd you say?
I got a 4 on that roll.
4.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
What
You know what? You
happened
gain a
to
potion of
Josh?
healing, but see how
Oh,
you
nice.
go with it.
All that experience, and
I
you're
rolled
in a
on the
box.
legendary item table. You got a bloody potion of healing. You know.
Nice. This is
Alright.
not going well.
This potion of greater, to be precise. And you disappear and become entombed in a state of suspended animation in an extra dimensional sphere. Everything you were
Perfect.
wearing and carrying stays in the space you occupied. So not even your fresh, hot, new potion of healing can save you now because it drops on the ground,
no.
left for your friends to use as you remain imprisoned there until you are found and removed from the sphere. You can't be located by any divination magic, but a witch spell can reveal the location of your prison.
Oh no.
You draw no more
Refused all
cards.
Only we
I
had a
am
wish
so
spell.
going over to
I
grab
don't
that
know where I
potion.
am.
It's three used up.
I would like to,
Oh, sorry, go on.
He's turned into a potion.
I would like to cast Fast Friends on the priest.
Yeah, you cast a spell, and the priest just stands in front of you. He's like, "We're all friends here, mate, but
Wow.
good to see you."
It's weird to see someone gaslighting a priest. That's anyway, sorry.
Where'd your friend go, friends?
Terrifying.
Yeah.
You know, you guys cast a
Don't
lot of
know.
magic in the realm here, and you've been doing me a great service, huh? And you know, I'd love to work with you more if you want. I love this. I love what you're doing, and you've really helped me today. I just want to thank you. Now, if you all want to come over here and we'll pray to Torm together, and you know, I know not everyone follows the same gods here. You're very clearly for the deep ones. You're not. You follow the Church of Greg, Mr. Sheep.
Wait a minute, just because he looks like a frog.
And I'd love for all of us to come together in this church today.
Well, if we're all the same religion, then I believe that we can pray to my gods, correct?
I'm fine
Excellent.
praying to whatever gods you have, mate.
And I just start filling
As long-
every container with water, like
As long
it's
as
a
we-
bowl or a brazier or whatever. I just fill it with water.
Yeah, that's good, mate.
Start
Now-
summoning tentacles.
I've got a list of names here. Now, can I mark you? Can I mark the attendance of the roll? Have I got Snow here? All
Go on,
right.
Oh, raise your
roll.
hand.
Have I got Greg here? Excellent. Have I got Bacardi Seabreezer here?
Yeah.
All right. Have I got Hugh Mann here?
Oh, right. It's Maud, actually. It's you, Maud. Thank
Oh,
you.
excellent. And you know, if I'm not mistaken, your actual name's like I'm not mistaken, yeah?
It's normally reserved for family, but yes, that is my name.
Oh, no worries, mate. We're all family now. You've I should introduce myself. I'm Greg Prime. And you're in my little town here, and well, I was actually trapped for a little while until you did your whole business with your walls, you know?
Oh, I see.
Poop.
You are
Yeah,
a
no,
dark
it's all good,
entity
man.
that was
It's-
bound to this town. Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's all good, mate. Yeah, no, my magic's, I'm a bit of a prankster, so anyone in the town, got a little bit affected, so it's all good now, though. You've helped me out a great service.
Can we kill him?
Yeah. So all this water that's around him, that I've been placing all around him now,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like one big arm sweep to just hurl it all at him and then lightning bolt this guy. Let's just-
Absolutely. So,
yeah, let's just get this on.
yeah, you basically like splash him with water, and like all these lightnings like erupt out. Okay, can you roll? Can you roll just like a general attack to see if the water hits?
Sure, I can roll for water.
Yeah. Roll like a some kind of dex check.
Yeah, sure. That's a 13 plus 3 is 16 for throw water.
All right, you see this pasta gets drenched, and they're just like, holy water! Why did I even not think of that? Oh, it hurts me so badly. Oh, the old Greg's got a bad day today. Ah, ha, ha. And you see them start like morphing into this other creature, and she's got like huge like horns emanating like 2 from the middle, 2 from the back, and then like a crown of thorns of horns from her head, and she's
Sexy.
draped in like what can only just be described as like written in blood paper all over her, forming like this big cape.
Right. That's less of a turn on. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah. And there's now like a big devil standing in front of you. I mean, I say big. She's medium sized.
Wait.
So she's kind of like standing there now.
But she's
going
tall.
like-
She's like medium sized as far as the rules, but tall according to us. That's what you're saying.
Very tall. So
Right.
she's
Gotcha.
she's like she's like 8 foot tall. Yeah.
Right. Like a normal
She's just
human.
she's like, oh, I like that voice and everything. Why'd you have to do that? The lightning, and then it just just like straight. That's gonna be an initiative real quick.
Yeah. Greg the sheep enters combat.
And Greg the sheep. And George,
Chief
just for the
Egg
purposes of
Mortician.
combat, I'm going to say your extra dimensional space is literally like hovering at the back over here as the form like dissipates. Like she's got you in containment almost.
Fix that.
Well, this is
Roll it.
terrible.
You think for
13.
someone who started this, I'd be paying more attention, but I wasn't, and I rolled a 6.
All right, so just going down the order. Snow, you got 13?
Yep.
George, what'd you get?
I rolled 2.
2. All right. Greg,
12.
12. Bacardi,
13.
13. A lot of 12s and 13s today. Hugh Man,
6.
6. All right. And the devil will get 14, actually. So she lashes out and just like gets one of her bigger, you realize it now, it's like this scroll that you see a bunch of names signed to it. And she runs forward like 30 feet, 1, 6, and she just like hurls one at you to try and catch you in it with its razor sharp scroll edges. Does Human?
Paper
Oh
cut.
God. It's above 20. So do
Yes.
you need me to calculate that?
I do not.
All
That
right.
does indeed hit me.
You take 18 slashing damage, and you get restrained.
Oh, ow. And yeah, I'm rather hurt already. I am already rather hurt and wrapped in bloody names, I think, right?
Say again, sorry?
I'm rather injured, but I'm wrapped in bloody names at this point.
Yeah, you see like scrolled in blood. It looks like it's like all these names of like general people. Half of them have been crossed out and they now say Greg something or other.
Oh. Okay, interesting. All right. On my turn, I have an idea. Thank you. And wait, is my blood, because I got cut by this, is my blood doing anything with the paper?
You see the blood like staining the paper, and you start like, so your name is now Goo Man.
Oh dear. Okay, right. Okay, gotcha.
So you feel like your blood staining the paper. She like looks at you and she's just like, come to Greggy.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's next? It's a tie between Bacardi and Snow. Who's got the higher dex out of that?
Got a 12.
16.
All right, so Snow, you are up now. What do you like to do? So you see Hugh, now freshly renamed Goo, being restrained by this devil.
I would like to fire my crossbow.
All right, go for it.
Ooh, 24?
24 absolutely will hit. You shoot the crossbow, it hits true and digs straight into her side. How much
10
damage?
points of damage.
10 damage?
Yeah.
All right. It is going to go a little bit down because it's not silvered, I would assume, right? Or not a magical weapon?
It is not a magical weapon.
So that's going to deal 5 damage.
But
Yes.
as a bonus action, I'd like to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Ooh, yeah, get it. All right, let's do a spiritual weapon. I'm just going to duplicate your token. Where would you like to place it?
A little bit further back near the door. Oh, the token? Yeah, where it is, right next to her.
All right, you summon the manifestation of your physical form because you are such a weapon yourself, and you just like punch her with your divine might.
Yes.
All right.
I don't think a 13's gonna hit.
No, unfortunately not. But you now have spiritual weapon up, and that is that. So next up we have Bacardi. What do we got?
I'll cast Moonbeam at 3rd level.
Moonbeam. All right, sweet.
Positioned right on top of it.
Go for it.
And that is a con save.
Con save of what?
Oh,
It's going to fail. It's like a 7.
Sweet. It'll take 3d10 radiant damage.
All right. So your moonbeam is currently here. I just made it translucent so I can see it a bit easier. How much damage?
Only 13.
13 damage. Hey, it does full. Actually, hold on. Vulnerable. It does double. 26 damage to this devil.
Yeah.
And I'll just end the turn there.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it. End the turn.
That is also next up. I have Greg the T. Grung.
I'm going to paw at the ground and then charge her at full speed for a giant headbutt.
All right, go for it. Do the big old headbutt. Let's do strength plus proficiency, similar to what you have, and then 2d8 is your damage. In bludgeoning.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Ooh, 24 to hit.
That sure as heck hits.
Yeah, 2d8 you said, right?
Yes.
And
Plus
bam! How strong is a sheep? 10. Sheeps have a +1 strength, apparently. So total of 11.
11, so that will go down to
11
5, but you deal 5
damage.
bludgeoning damage to this thing.
Bam!
And you realize you're actually a bit porous as a sheep frog hybrid. So you actually think that you've stuck to her a little bit, but in like a good way, and you think you have successfully grappled her. So you have successfully grappled this creature with your porous
Stuck
charge.
in my pores.
Anything
Nice.
else that you would like to do?
I don't suppose as a sheep I still have my poisonous skin, do I?
Well, you are a sheep-frog hybrid, so actually I will allow that, and she will make a con save.
It's
I'm rolling
DC
terribly.
12, though.
Yeah. 7? I'm rolling terribly.
No, nice. So that is 2d4 poison damage.
Yeah,
Total
for sure.
of 7 points poison damage.
How much poison damage? 7?
7 points.
7 poison damage? All right.
2d4. Wow, I rolled really good.
She's bloodied, straight up. You think between the charge and the radiant damage and the crossbow bolt, the radiant damage taking charge here, but she's definitely bloodied right now.
That's right.
Next up, we've got Human.
All right. So am I bound?
You are currently restrained, yes.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'd like to try and rip through the paper with one of my tentacles to free me.
Sure, yeah. I would say just roll a acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Okay. That's going to be a 14.
14? You know, it's pretty weak fabric, even though it is magically inclined. You just go like zip, because you have this psychic energy yourself, if I'm not mistaken. So,
I do.
What would you like to do?
Speaking of which, I look this lady, demon, person, priest in the eye. And
Yes.
The deep ones claim us all, and I'm going to mind spike her.
Mind spike? Okay, what is... I actually don't know this spell that well, so...
Okay, so basically I just create a sliver of psychic energy within her mind, and she needs to make a wisdom save DC 15.
Wisdom DC 15?
Otherwise she takes half
I
damage.
think that's like a 12, so... I mean, I got 6 on base.
All right, then she takes 23 points of damage.
23?
And anywhere she goes for the next hour, I know exactly where she is.
She's just like... Ka-sha! Like, just like as you assault her mind with your powers. Is there any
It's
secondary
actually a very
effects or anything
small
like that?
tentacle that goes in her head. Yeah, it's all tentacles, whatever I do. If it's light, it's a tentacle.
Yeah, it's just a tentacle just like slapping her brain stems at the moment. It really hurts. Next up, we got George. George, what do? You see your friends from like this extra dimensional space, and you are trapped. What do you think you could do right now? What would you like to do to sort out your predicament?
I think the only thing I can do is appeal to Moradin himself to release me from my prison.
What do you got?
Do I need to roll for that one? Or do you just want
I'm going to count it as like some kind of divine intervention. So let's say like quite a hard religion check.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Oh! Okay, role play this for me. How do you break through your celestial prison?
So I think it's like, Moradin, I know I've asked a lot of you, and today is no exception. But if you can get me out of this one, so I can continue to do your good work and smite these devils for what they are, and then I'm just gonna like shatter the prison.
Yeah,
like,
you see the extra dimensional space at the back starts like cracking, like if you were just to like put a hammer to an 8-ball, and then you hear like ringing out through the church. Good thing it's a holy space, because I think that may have helped in this situation. You hear the words of, what's your god's name? Sorry,
Moradin.
You hear the words of Moradin. He's like,
yeah, you're okay, buddy. Thanks for that. It's always good to be prayed to all the time, and I think you should do it. Definitely convert all your friends here. We can have a great time. And boom! He like bursts out from his prison, just like steaming with radiant energy. I'm gonna give you your full turn in addition to this. What do? You see this whole thing playing out. Your potion is on the ground between everybody. Go.
Right, so I'm going to go and pick up my weapon, which is my maul.
Yeah.
So dash across, and I'm going to pick it up, and I'm just going to keep charging and take a running swing, just like undercut, swing through into this demon and hit him with a divine smite.
Absolutely.
They're grappled, so you should have advantage. Maybe.
All right. So yeah, you would get advantage actually. So what do you get on that swing?
So on that swing, that's 16 with a +8 is 22. No, sorry, 24. Can't do
All
math.
right, a 24 will definitely hit. Are you by chance a paladin that can also do some kind of divine smite magics?
Yes.
All right, you start like leaking out from your hammer, and you just like point your is a hammer? Sorry.
It's a great hammer, yes.
All right, you put your hammer forward, and you just create a beam of God breaking energy, just shooting straight through. However, it does also hit the sheep behind you, shattering their form if possible. What have you got in your damage?
So that's...
I have a question.
Yes.
Did all of his items get taken away when he went in the prison? Are we seeing
yes.
a naked dwarf hitting him with a hammer?
It's a big naked dwarf. Sorry, you don't get your hammer. You punch.
That's
so
fine. I can
hard,
punch as well.
The power of your god comes out your fist.
Yes.
Unarmed strike.
Every dwarf is also a hammer.
That plus the divine smite is going to be...
Thanks, AJ.
21 points of damage.
Sorry, I got broken.
Every dwarf's a hammer. 21 points of damage.
All right, so the sheep's also going to take 21 points of damage. How much health do you have as a sheep?
3 points.
So, okay, I'm not going to have roll over because I don't want to kill your character by accident. But, like, you just see, like, the god energy just coming out of his fist and, like, standing there in place of the sheep-frog hybrid, just like, Gah! And then Greg is just standing there, like, as if nothing happened. Full memory, though. And this devil in front of you does not die. However, they are on their last legs. So if I could have it. Oh, wait. They get one more thing. So it's their turn next. Oh, wait. I got that wrong. No, George was them. Then it is the devil. So the devil turns around, kind of trying to lash out at George, going like, "Get back to your prison!" And that's going to be a miss, because what's your AC? This is like 12 at best.
No, that's not going to hit.
I'm rolling terrible today. So Greg Prime just slashes out with a contract and just goes zoom, ducking it expertly. It misses. That's all they can do. And then we have AJ next. Sorry, Snow.
Seeing how well the moonbeam does, I cast it on the opposite side to the other one.
Okay. So another moonbeam comes.
Yeah, so that's a con save.
Con save. Natural 1, max damage. What is the absolute max the spell can do?
Wow.
Okay, let's see. So... what is it on a normal one? Not a failed save.
Is like 3d8?
2d10.
2d10, so 20?
Yeah, 20.
All right, 20 rads will be 40 damage. You see this creature just like burning under the combined weight of the moonbeam. I just realized I forgot to do another one at the start of her turn. But let's say the 2 combined moonbeams are just like battering with this arcane energy. She's like withstanding it, holding on as much as she can. And then you see Greg and Bacardi. You see her paralyzed under the weight of this divine magic. Like, what do you two do in combo to finish this off?
Take step back and with my magic short bow for full damage.
All right. You see the paladins, the clerics, the mind flayers, all doing their darndest.
Thank you.
There will only be one Greg.
She like looks up at you. She's just like, "You are the prime now."
Yes.
Bacardi, what do you do?
I was gonna say, if it was a double thing, just add an ice knife in there as well.
So,
Isolate and hit it in.
sorry, and then Greg, you were doing what again? Like a crossbow?
Oh, wait. If we're finishing her, I will eat her brain.
Oh yeah. So, was it a crossbow? Was it a crossbow? Greg?
Short bow. +1 short bow.
Short bow goes in. You see the ice knife split down the middle of the short bow bolt, creating a nice little crack in the scalp. Then you see Hugh just look at it. He's awfully dribbly right now. You see Hugh just like stroll straight up to the devil and goes, I've never tasted this before. And you just like Predator style open up your mouth and just like latch on.
100%. All the tentacles just fly out and just like
Penetrator is incapacitated for that, so
65 points of damage.
Sorry?
65 points of damage.
You just like nom onto the brain, and Mind Flayer rules state that if you reduce this creature to 0, you kill it and extract the brain, eating it all in one. Can I get a charisma save as the demonic magic of this creature's brain starts to try and poison you at the same time?
Oh, let's see what happens.
The creature dies. Greg Prime is no more. Grung has taken the title of New Greg Prime and looks maniacally onward as the rest of you are just shocked and stunned.
I rolled a 2 for that saving throw, so that's a total of 6.
Oh.
8. Sorry, it's a total of 8.
You feel like even though your time in Littlesby could choose to be over, you feel like it's a real good time to be a lawyer.
That is the worst. A lawyer, like he was a baker, I'd be like, well, at least my life will be. No, a lawyer.
You've got a compulsion to want to be a lawyer for some reason.
And it's like tax law too, right? Like
like
lawyer,
whatever, whatever is like the most. You know,
and I'm the lawful evil one. That's
Anyway, the setting calms down, and you watch as he just eats the rest of this brain. You've never seen a Mind Flayer do that before. I mean, maybe some of you have, but that was a whole sight.
It's entertaining.
Nice.
And yeah.
Nice.
What do you do? You've defeated the contract demon.
I would like to find some pants, if it's all the same to you.
I mean, the rest your clothes are just over yonder, so you can just like straight up walk over here and get your pants back.
Right, I'll stop everyone looking at my moonbeam and go put some clothes on.
Yeah.
Some pants would be good if you want to fight evil today. Just
for sure.
Yeah.
Let's look at Snow and say, I guess she didn't vibe with the moons.
Yeah, no. 2 moonbeams coming down. That's too many planets for this devil.
You can't.
Sometimes the moon can be strong. Sometimes it is too strong for the weak.
That's right.
Meanwhile, Horace has been here the whole time.
Oh, right.
Just like standing at the back of the room. I even had a token for him and forgot to place him. So, whatever.
So I'm wiping brain off my face, I suppose.
I've never seen that in my life.
You got a little right there.
You've never seen a naked dwarf before?
Thank you. Right there.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Horace, we've solved your devil puzzle. Congratulations.
You see,
Still don't know where your dad is, though.
Was that your dad?
Right. We're not here to kill a devil. We're here to find his dad. Right.
They were 8 feet tall. Was that your dad?
You see, like in a steaming heat at the back of the podium, there's like now smoke rising from the dais at the back.
Oh.
Is that your dad?
Not good.
Sure enough, there is a very large human at the back, lying down, like just smoking, as if they've been like released from some unseen prison.
Can I heal them if they've taken damage?
It doesn't look like they've taken damage, no.
No damage? Okay.
No, he's just like...
Not under the effect of any disease or anything, because I could use lesser restoration.
It looks like he maybe... Like, it doesn't look like he's taken direct damage, but he does look sickly and exhausted, like he's been gone for a while somewhere.
And I use a lesser restoration to increase his vitality, shall we say.
Who are you lot?
Oh,
We are the heroes.
yes, we're definitely
You're telling me
the
you're
heroes.
the hero.
We're the hero. Oh, wait. Don't judge. We are the heroes.
We're the slimy, tentacly, mucusy, alternative, and
I see that.
medically educated heroes.
You're Team Slime.
I sure see that, but
Is this your boy?
well,
Does
Horace,
this child belong to you?
and he just like tries to run straight up to and hug Horace,
Yeah. That's fine.
and he just like
That's
embraces him. He's like, "Dad, I missed you so much." We've been stuck here for so long, and then we lost everyone. He's like, no, it's all right. It's all right, lad. I got you.
I'm going through Greg Prime's pockets.
I do believe there was a matter of payment, young man.
Into the pockets. There's gonna be something good in here.
Yeah. You got any beef for dragons there?
What?
Do we have any?
Have you got any beef for dragons there? Because I can give you a sword that'll kill all the dragons you want. You know, or it's a magical sword, but it's especially good at killing dragons.
No magic
I
sword.
already have a relationship with a sword. Is that the sword you are speaking of?
Oh, Volander. Yeah, no, that's him.
We
Then
left
we
that
are
sword
You
on the
don't
already-
wall.
consider.
We
Leave
are
him in
quite
the wall.
confident, yes.
He's so annoying, but if you want him, you could probably offload him for about 100k, and you hear in your head, Volander's just like, "You will do no such thing to me.
Just leave him in the wall."
I'm the magical dragon killing sword Volander. You won't do that." And this is all in Snow's head at this point.
Right.
I did hear talk of a dragon in these parts.
I do honestly think that I'm very intimate with the sword right now.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Did you attune to him?
Accidentally. Yes.
Intimate.
Have a good luck with that. He's a talkative little one.
Ugh,
So am I.
mammals.
I will tell him about the constellations.
I'm sure he would love that. And he just like looks at Volander. He's like, "You enjoy that now?" And he's like, "Wait, hold on. What's this about constellations? Don't tell me Mercury's in retrograde again. God damn it!" And Horace is just like, "Okay, can we get out of this town? I don't want to ever come back here again."
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Young child, take these lessons with you.
Do you mean lessons or
Everything's
trauma? I'm very confused.
Young child, as
Sometimes
you grow
both.
older,
Trauma
yes, you
is
will-
lessons. Yes.
you will find
Trauma
these
is
things are
lessons.
interchangeable.
I
Yes.
got so many lessons today.
Hey,
Just,
her head got split. You could actually wear her scalp like a hat if you wanted. Just
No.
saying.
Greg, I don't think.
Erebus is just
Hey,
like, all right, no, I'm
one more lesson.
gonna take me lad home. I didn't know we hired such a diverse band of psychopaths, so I'm just gonna leave here. And he just tries to leave the church at this point. You see him like breach the doorway of the church, and it seems fine. He doesn't like get distracted. He just beelines for the exit of the town.
Goodbye.
And he looks back at you and he's like, "Genuinely, thank you for saving me, but I'm scared he's gonna get eaten, and if I stay any longer, so I'll see you later."
Be careful of the dragon.
Oh no! See, that's not what. Look, all right, and he just goes.
That man certainly was very tall.
Yes,
He was a tall man.
surprisingly, yes.
Yes.
That
One of
was
those
average.
17-foot ones, though.
Should have
No.
asked
Just
him if he was
average.
if he was doing keto or something to make him so big.
I have some essential oils for growth.
No.
Oh,
No.
So was that.
All right. With that, what would be your party plans at this point? Would you like to get the heck out of Littlesby Grove, or would you like to actually see what the town's like?
No.
Now that this whole situation has unfolded.
Do we have all of our memories now?
Yeah,
Like,
everything is back now. You remember how many repeat times, like an excruciatingly frustrating amount of times that you have tried to get out of the city, work with
hate this
Volander and
place.
Horace, and get caught up in the myriad of crap this thing has here.
hate this place.
What you say,
Hate
gang? What you say to one more pint at Old Greg's?
You actually remember
Only we can.
that it's not
only we
even
can-
called Old Greg's anymore. Like it's maybe become a folklore thing at that point.
It's
And,
called New Sally's.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
We just set
was
fire to the place
It was
and
never
move
called.
on.
It was never called Old Greg's Inn, but it's got that charm to it, And they made the sign and everything, so you may as well keep it.
I'm very
True, that kid would be out of it.
concerned about our evil
be out of a job.
frog friend, but
I'm
I
fine.
will take a pint. Yes.
I'm fine.
Every time the evil frog tries to catch something on fire, I just create water, just to put it out, just fall in behind him.
All right, so everyone heads to the bar and has a lovely pint, and that's probably going to be it for us on the story side of things. But thank you so much, everyone, for playing that game. That was wild. 5 deck draws.
Five. At the end, yes.
5
And
deck
3
draws.
wishes. Yeah.
Oh,
three,
man.
3 wishes.
I just-
3 wishes, 5 deck draws. That is the most amount of crap I've ever done in a one shot like that.
The wishes were great too. I want everyone to pay attention to me.
Yeah.
I wish to be paid attention to.
That was genius, is what that was. That was beautiful.
That was so
yeah.
fun.
Look at my
So-
wish tigers.
I love how flippant you were with the most powerful spell in the game.
Oh my god.
It was like,
brilliant.
I wish I got more money from this, and it was just horrible, just like, just like rising out of gold.
It's like, I wish I made minimum
Nightmare.
wage.
Sorry.
I actually spent part of that time looking at what a wish spell was.
Oh yeah.
I haven't actually come across it.
You can literally just say, I want to do this, and it'll probably happen, you know? But yeah, no, let's go around for where everyone's from, where we can find you, plug your socials, and then we'll get into the giveaway stuff for the last 5 minutes. So starting with Nick. Hey man, great game today.
Oh, so much fun. So much fun. Nothing like drawing from the deck of many things and ending
my
up as
God, right?
with a naked takedown. That's just the best. I had a lot of fun. I wanted to quickly thank Ardent Roleplay for putting this on, at Meeples and Dragons for organising Jaspers Game Day. We're a fantastic charity and gave us the opportunity to have this whole week event. Everyone watching at home, everyone who donated, you guys are the real heroes. Thank you so much for DMing. Thank you to Caleb behind the scenes, who you guys can't see. And thank you to all my fellow players. Outside of here, you can find me on the interwebs as NBCDM or some variation of that, on Twitter at that NBCDM. And I'm always doing some fun D&D or TTRPG things. But that's me.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Jordan, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can just find me on the @FateScript Twitter for a group that I play with on Tuesday nights, which you can search Twitch for @VeniceElder. And to reiterate what Nick has said, thank you very much to Sarah and John from Meeples and Dragons. Been very supportive of everything that we've done and this stream here, Ardent Roleplay, all of you guys, and especially Nick and Matt, for I caught a couple of your other games, and Nick, love all your characters.
Yeah, Nick, you had a few. Did you have a few games this week?
Yeah,
if
3.
I'm not mistaken.
3 this week.
3 games.
This is number 3, yeah.
Wow, yeah. I did the 2 DMing, and I had one where I was playing as a troll. So getting to play in this situation was fantastic as well. I'm sure you're as tired as I am at this point.
Yeah, not as tired as at D20, who's around here somewhere. Just playing just about every game.
Shout out to you, Chris. Hey, AJ, thanks for coming on last minute. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I had so much fun.
I did too. Character is great. I love the alternate medicine stuff.
I love that that's stuck, even though that's not really her real life.
There's the one, alternate thing that just kept
going. It was great. I have so many props, guys. Like I have so much
Amazing.
around me for no reason.
So where can we find you?
You can find me on socials, AJ Winters VO, where I keep you up to date with any creative things that I'm doing, including DMing and playing on Roll for Damage, which is a Twitch channel and a YouTube channel as well. I will be in a game on Monday night. The D&D doesn't stop for me, where I get to play in a Humblewood campaign for our season 2. And it's going to be very, very fun. So come join us on Monday if you can.
Awesome. All right, Phil, where can we find you?
You can find me as Shuffle Dog on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. I am a sporadic poster. I do actually have a Twitch stream. I don't even remember what my name is. Bacon Shakes is my name, but I've never actually done it. Although now after this experience, I've got to find a group because this was amazing, and now I want to do some more streaming.
I volunteer as tribute. I have had so much fun playing with not only all of you, but every Jaspers game I've been on. I want to play more games with all of you. So
you guys were hilarious.
I will be your first player.
Excellent. And I want to, shout out to Absolute Numpty and Kroskov and D20, because you guys out there were keeping us jumping, and it was hilarious. Thank you guys for all that. That was brilliant. And you guys were all super fun. Thank you for having us along. Cool.
All right. And last but not least, Aram, how you doing? Where can we find you?
Well, you can find me. I run a show called God's Fall. I'm in a role-playing network called Does It Roll? And also, like, I just wanted to say thank you all for people who have donated. This can be a really, this is a great charity, but it's also like a really challenging time for people who have struggled with feelings of suicide. And sometimes all this attention can be tough. So to people like me who have been through this, know that, you know, we're all thinking about you, we're all loving you, but it's also completely okay to take time and space. You know, you don't always have to engage. You don't always have to put yourself out there. It's also a really good time just to take some quiet time for you.
Amen.
So well put. So well put. And I've been Matt Brown. I run the Split the Party YouTube channel and DM for them over there at youtube.com/splittheparty. I've got another couple projects coming up. We're literally starting a painting mini stream and a breakfast stream with the flavor of a TTRPG over on twitch.tv/splitthepartytv. That's going to be so fun. I hope to have all you guys as guests painting minis and or talking tabletop with me at some point. I'm also a professional DM. I should have plugged that probably all week, but this is the first time. But yeah, if you want to actually play a game with me, I do it professionally. It's like my main squeeze. You can find me at dungeonmasterforhire.com.au. And the last thing we've got is our giveaway. So who have we got here for the winner? Looks like the winner of the D&D Beyond Digital Blacksmith dice set is, now forgive me if I say this wrong, Doin TX has won. So Doin, thank you so much for donating, and you have won that digital dice set, so we can try and get in contact with you through, I think Ardent Roleplay will get in touch with you about that. But congratulations on winning that. Thank you for donating, and I think that's it from us at this point. Doug in Texas, that makes way more sense. Thank you, producer. I didn't know what I was looking at then. I am tired at this point. But yeah, no, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for donating. That's been my last game, and I hope we can get this last goal smashed out before the night is over.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.